All right, this is the one where everyone tweeted out that C9 was back, and then 100 Thieves beat him. They got the tweet out C9's back, and that was some good banner. All right, we are TL pilled in draft. We have first pick Udyr. Varus response. We're gonna get TF banned on 3. No Vern. Jojo pool, and then they banned the Darius, which is curious. Okay. 2 of the lanes that can get push/scale against this taken away. And then we have Azir. So if I'm playing against C9, I'm taking away Azir right now. I think that Azir, like, it's not JoJo's best champ, but I think Darius banned first pick Udyr, yeah. That's true. I think it does, like, Azir is a really solid, like, champ mid, right? Azir is very flexible, fits a lot of comps, and I think that this is the best champ in terms of complementing Blabber's pool. I think JoJo's very good at a lot of things, but I think that for me, C9's been at their best when JoJo's been on Azir. And that's something I'd consider taking away from them moving forward. We have Cassante handshake, Soul Wings taken, and then we have Chantress bans, so no jungle bans, and then mid bans. Okay. And then it's Vi Talia. I mean, I think Vi Talia is pretty fine against this. I would say there are some Talia matches like better. Like 100 Thieves playing Vi Talia into Callista, and is a big part of the reason why I think that, like, they ended up picking up wins this week. You cannot move as Callista against like Vi Talia. It's really tough. And I will say a smaller thing too is that if you do have the Son of Kench, which NRG plays really well, Kench is a really good pick to deny this and does synergize well with this too. Obviously, Bard's taken here to protect jungle, which makes sense. Jungle's not showing. They wanted the prio pick Vi, they can, but Vi is shit into this, so I think this is all fine. Overall, I think this is a good draft from C9. The Varus Bard like has a decent amount. It's not gonna beat the Senna Kench in lane, and Senna Kench can like out interact with this a little bit. But Bard in fights is really good into this core because like Bard can really abuse this, and this is not the highest DPS set of carries. So I think overall, like this draft from NRG, they went a little bit low on the damage, and I think if anything, like I think Ori is something that like could fit them really well here. Like I think they need a little bit more DPS. Talia does some stupid damage, right? But then when you end up playing Talia into this is a way to like get out around a lot of that, and it will allow C9 to like pick their fights and execute the way they want to. So that rebroadcast is always emote only. No, sorry about that. Ain't no way JoJo is playing Ori. No, I'm saying the Palafox Ori. JoJo's Ori is fine. Ori was banned, but just an example. Like Talia DPS, it's good, but it's like a hair conditional. That's a pretty crazy stat. And C9 does have a tough stretch here. I mean, they went 1-1 this week, and then they have Fly and TL this upcoming week. That's a really good test for C9. Honestly, I think that's good for C9, though, because like, this is still a team that's going to make playoffs. Like, let's be real. So I think a team of like this caliber having the last week of regular season to maybe hone in and like not have to worry about individual matchups as much and just kind of be able to play is good. Berserker? I mean, what is this? Now, you can take that creep, but why are we walking back in here? Wow, that's just bad. Wow. It's really good for NRG, but that's just an unforced error. Yeah, C9's making playoffs. The Contracts wants to dive. Okay. I mean, wow, we have some pretty... I mean, Contracts... This is good from Contracts. I think, again, given the conditions of this game, Berserker's low and this dive is 100% doable. And this is all fine for me. Like, after this auto, though, he's got to peel back. And Hui has to... Is Hui's tanking here? Yeah. So Contracts... I think Contracts has to reset. And then they'll try... Like, they can try and get Contracts out. Like, he flashes out and it's just a waste. So... I like the idea from Energy and Contracts. I think given the conditions of this game, this is the correct move, but it's just a misexecution. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Energy. I mean, why? Yeah. Guys, C9 is so back. They caught a team's throw in LCS. I mean, this is just... Okay. I think the idea from Contracts, go for this dive, is good. I think this is just really poorly executed. This is the second game that I can distinctly remember that NRG's bot lane, like, punts a dive so hard the game just ends. I thought FBI did play the sequence really well. I just think that Hui and Contracts were just not in sync. Contracts went for a play that wasn't there. And then Hui went for a play that was there, but it missed. And it's not worth the risk. Because the jungler was there. It's very, very, very greedy. Like, again, like, I'm not worried about Energy as a team because I think that these issues are easily fixable. No, they were both on stage this game. All right, nice. This is really nice, though. I mean, this is the other thing I've seen. The other game I can remember, like, the bot lane punting. I mean, they got JoJo post TP. This is really good. So he's gonna miss this. Or, like, Berserker has, or Blabber has to catch. Nice. Personally, I don't see this play for Blabber. And Palafox plays this nice. I mean, it's doable, but you are... Okay, no, I'm fine if Blabber goes for this. He can't die from it. They spot everyone else on the map. That's okay. Because he can turn this into camps, so this is good. I mean, it's kind of there. Like, it's on... Someone else has to misplay, but it's the play's there. And he does get up on Contracts for that. So I think that's good from Blabber. That's a good push. It's amazing, though, like, how much I feel like the tone of LCS has changed and, like, how positive fans are. Because I didn't really see a lot of things about this game, like, just completely shitting on NRG for that dive. And I feel like in the past, like, you put that dive just in a different season and people shit on it because, like, oh, it's NA, haha, it's bad, you know? I guess they're, like, the story at the moment's more of, like, hey, like, it's about C9, right? Oh, that's really nice from Fudge. I mean, that's just good. Like, Blabber's spotted here. So Blabber's spotted here, so... Doko's trying to get the wave in. Okay. I'll somewhat excuse it, given that Doko's, like, trying to get the wave in. If he's... Oh, wait. Where's this wave? This wave's already in. Did you take a tower shot? Okay, never mind. This is a bit on... Doko doesn't need to push, like, be pushed up there, so I think that's a bit on Doko. Int RG on that dive, though. I will say that, like, Palafox has been, like, he tweeted, like, you know, he needs to be more consistent. I would agree. By no means, like, am I, like, you know, oh, Palafox, like, you know, isn't playing well or, like, anything like that. He hit a really high form, his highest form in playoffs and in summer of last year, I thought, the second half of the split. And I don't think the Palo Fox is there right now. And I think he would agree. And that's okay. Sometimes like players have ups and downs. This is a team that I expect to perform when it matters. And this is a team that, credit to them, NRG has always stepped up when it matters. Like these guys do clutch out games. So once that changes, then I have more reason to be concerned. But as long as they're clutching out games, I'm fine with this team. I like the way this team plays, and what makes them good is sometimes those bot dives going awry, Except against Weibo. Lol. As Ori and then walked out losing 80 HP for free. I mean, I just watched Berserker go for an auto that was like, it looked like he was kind of asleep at the keyboard. That was level 1. That's what opened up the dive. That's also what I really like about NRG, though, in contracts, that I don't know if that bot dive was called for early in the game, but they changed up the plan to hit it. And that's something that, again, is really good from this team. Like, I want more LCS teams to do that. Like, change conditions in the game. Like, have a script, and then change it when necessary. Okay, this is int. This is... I mean, it's a nice Q from Blabber, but this is super int. We don't talk about it. He needs to flash Q and not Q flash. This is like, you just flash, then you don't need to be fancy here. Like, he's still, right? Like, that's, you're making it mechanically more difficult on yourself by going for that play. There's no reason to try and do that. Yeah, exactly. That is what we'd like to call... steal a term from tennis, an unforced error. Okay. I mean, I feel like Contracts had two kind of rough plays here. And it's definitely made this game pretty hard for NRG. Because the NRG's comp does need to be ahead. The Azir Varus outscaled them pretty immensely. All right, so that's good. Let's see what C9 walks into here. I mean, I'm fine with this from Vulcan. Like, he just controlled the vision. You can see the zombie wards. He cleared out stuff, and he's playing for more vision. But he based here and deployed, and so his bot lane's being shoved in because Kench never matched. So he's just stays too long, and he gets caught pretty bad. All right. Still connect to a wall regardless? Yes. I do know that. But when you Q flash as Bard, you maintain the angle that like your Q released from. Like it's really hard to reverse the skill shot. Like the direction of it. So it just needs to be a flash Q, like that just simplifies. Like just simplify the play. There's no reason to go for that. Yeah, there is a visual mechanic, or a visual cue that you should look for. It's when the sparkles from the Zanyas, like, connect before they come up. And if you look for that visual mechanic and you throw your cue when the sparkles, like, hit the character VO, you're going to hit it frame perfect, like, pretty much every time. Azale did a really nice video on it way back. Old LCS piece. Azale is a good Bard player. It's not good. Wow. I feel like NRG lost this game more than C9 won. I say that because NRG, they're the comp that has to make plays early, and I feel like some of the plays that NRG took were just bad. It's a nice skirmish from JoJo because he gets out of the E. I think Palafox might have been able to drop this E a tad better. Like, I know you don't want to throw it into the wall, but also he's trying to rotate bot. And if you throw it into the wall, the reason I'd argue is that can you get the E to extend past this so that he can't E over that wall? I don't think that's the case, so no. He wouldn't have the range. I just don't know why Hui and FBI are here. Like, they're curring out a ward. Like, they are strong, but Hui doesn't have flash, and he just walks in and tanks everything. And then FBI doesn't flash the wall. He flashes down, so he gets fucked. And then, like, it's a nice rotation from C9, but, like, the play they took is a straight-up 4v2, given the terrain they took it in on the map, and that fact that you're against a bard. So I very much disagree with that take. Can you flash that new wall into thick part? Yes. I mean, that's good. Like, this is well done from Contracts and Palafox. So it is a good recovery. Good flash. Really nice Weaver's Ball. Really well played here by Energy. So, okay, let's see how C9 fucks this one up. Because this is one where, like, you know, they went out of the play and bot lane's respawning. So C9, they have the option to take what they want on the map. Oh, JoJo's just greeting inside. JoJo! Reset! If he resets, he matches the deploy of the enemy team, and then just, like, match pressure. So by not resetting here, they kind of grief pressure. And, I mean, this is just... Yeah, JoJo has to be ready to get out of this. He has flash. Flash is not up. I can't see if he eat or not. We're going to see if JoJo eat. Oh, he eat right here. He eat off screen right here. So Z's down. Yeah, you just can't take that. I think JoJo has to reset earlier in that wave, and he's getting a little greedy in the side. It's a JoJo side lane moment. That's okay. I really like Palafox's wall. Palafox is a very good Taliyah. Alright, so Palafox is fed as hell. I don't think you can go for the collapse, though, just given that, like, Contracts and Palafox, they didn't participate in the last fight, so they have their ults up. And then your bot lane's rotating with a base, and your mid laner's half HP with no ult. So that's just, like, the conditions of the fight, it should not have happened. JoJo should have based and matched the deploy of the enemy team, like, respawn timer. You can be 50-50 on the map, and C9 gets to maintain a neutral state in a comp where they outscale. Hold on. I know the dragon timer is still broken. It really tilts me. Because, like, I feel like this is like a timer, like a deployer, like they're trying to take hard control of bot river, right, for drag, but drag's not coming up. Which, I mean, it's fine. Like, again, I think NRG, like, this is kind of the formation that to play in.
Timing could be great, but like you said, coming.
Mr. Brown, thanks for the follow. That's a nice Weaver's Wall. They get Berserker on the wrong side. Or they try to get Berserker on the wrong side. Good reaction from Berserker here. Well, that's a really... So, Contracts is in trouble, and I think it needs to be eaten. I think that you could try and bait more out of C9. Because, like, the eat... Like, if you get C9 to, like, blow another cooldown into Contracts, and then you eat him... Like, let's say Blabber, like, throws ult at him, right? Yeah, he's going to take some damage, but, like... You do have Doko collapsing like you're baiting him in, right? I think this formation and setup for C9 is fine. Like, the Weaver's Wall is down. And they got Doko TP behind, so they drop a Zero turret, and it's just a nothing burger for NRG. So again, like, C9 wants to slow down this game a little bit. They have, like, heavy DPS and scaling advantage. Well, no, but I'm trying to, like... It's the theory of baiting more cooldowns. Like, the only thing that's, like, you're really worried of is a Shurima Shuffle from JoJo. That puts you, like, under a Zero turret and away from the rest of your team. But, I mean, if you get someone else to ult, like, it would get C9 to push forward, and maybe you can actually, like, return some fire on them. Anything else, Blunt? I mean, the Sedge combo is stun on the ult. Who knows? Either way, that's a game of cat and mouse that you can play. Because, like, again, you're trying to bleed those out for potentially a dragon, right? I don't think NRG, there's ever a case where they win on that timer, but if they take more tools away, they might be able to win on the timer like 60 seconds in the future. Again, this is like... I mean, I really shouldn't, like, be harping on it. I think it's kind of a nothing burger, but... Again, it's something like you can actually, like, look for and, like, look to bait, right? Try and get a little bit more before you preemptively can ult. Maybe, I think the reason why it came out so early is that it was Cassante TP, and if Cassante does, like, find a double W into a ult, then the Tahm Kench gets split from the Vi, and that's when things do get hairy, so... Alright, so Palfox gets this turret. Honestly... Things making noise behind me. NRG does have 2 shoving lanes in, but, like, given that Palfox shows up here, it's
could
just
be great, but
gone.
like you said, Cummy.
Zaya Fire, thanks for the follow. Oh, they're dropping the wave to the turret, and they're gonna make it. I do like this. I like this a lot from NRG. They spot it. Oh no, they did not spot Fudge. They do spot Fudge here. I think they spotted Fudge here. Oh, I think Fleet gets him out. Fleet and the Sedge slow. Wow. I mean, I do like the setup, though, from NRG a lot. And JoJo Flash is valuable, so... But now they're out of position for the Baron. Yeah, I like the response a lot from C9. Wow. The wall's horrendous? I mean, given the angle that Palafox is coming from, where do you want the wall? I think cutting them off from the turret's fine. Like, the wall is more so for Palafox to just get in. Like, if anything, like, you could angle it this way, but then, like, they have the turret they're close to. And, like, then if JoJo, like, flashes... If JoJo is able to flash this way, then, like, you can take it down, but, like, still, you're kind of stuck. I think the wall's fine. If anything, I think that someone from NRG should flash follow on the JoJo here. This play is very winning. If NRG blows all their shit here and they lose, I'm totally fine with that. If anything, I think that, like, they should chase this. Like, this should be their timer. Doko doesn't have TP. But he's here. And his wall should be taken down right away. Yeah. Blue buff side, not this side. I mean, it would get Dokla in. But... hold on, I can kind of see... so you want wall to be here. Yeah? I mean, it can't... honestly, I think it's doable. I think C9 gets to interact either way, given it's Vulcan. But I do think that, like, if that's the case, then... JoJo still flashes and gets out. I think he buys more space from Palafox if that's the case. Again, I am totally cool if NRG blew their entire fucking load and lost the game here. I actually think this is the best look that NRG gets for, like, the rest of this game. I think if you look at the comp, you can reason that too. I'm totally cool if NRG throws the game there over pushing. I think that was a good look for them. Oh my god, Hui. Alright. Well played by C9. I like the call to turn and burn Baron. That's a really good call with a lot of conviction. They played it well. I mean, Hui Flash for Chain of Corruptions, I think is kind of worth for energy. I think the game is just so hard for them at this point. Like, their comp's not up at all. And Senna with this build, for me, like, you spike really hard to the Blood Song in, like, first item, but then you're actually just not... if you don't blow the game up on that spike, you're not nearly as useful. Like, you kind of, like, get back with, like, you know, scaling. You just, like, have range and damage, but... you're throwing a Yomu's and an Edge of Night with a Blood Song into, like, Blabber Fudge, you know? Like, those aren't efficient items against a tank. Yeah, but, like, everyone's just defaulting to it. And I really think it's because, like, your early lane feels so good. And when you get Blood Song, you do so much fucking damage, like, level, like, 7, 8, 9, 10, like, whatever you're around there. But after that, yeah, this build against tanks is just not valuable. I'm really curious if we see any Sennas switch it up. Like, Sennas do have options with their builds. And this has just been the default. And I'm really interested if anyone switches it up. Alright, so this window, C9 waited till Chain of Corruptions come back up. Or, like, just the way this played out. They burned Chain for Hui Flash. Keep in mind. And it was kind of just putzing around until this dragon gets back up. And C9's doing a really nice job. Like, again, I think their comp at this point is far stronger than what energy has, even in an even game. I very much favor this point of the game where C9's at. So they go on the flashless member of Hui. They keep it real simple. Wait, they miss everything. Okay. I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. Guys, look, Varus. I mean, this Palafox TP, I get why he's going here. You can save mid and, like, set up with Weaver's Ball, but once they see him there, they just insta-go. And there's everyone is DPSing on C9 and not energy. Oh god, it's a disaster. Yeah. I mean, that's... again, I think NRG, like, they could have pushed really hard in that top jungle. Like, they got JoJo Flash. Like, again, I'm down for them to burn, like, fucking everything to get JoJo there. It was a 5v4, and I think that's, like, the last point of the game where, like, their comp is arguably stronger. It's just not the case now. So I like for energy, I think it's just wrapped. And it's good defense from Blabber. I think Blabber had a nice game here. I think he played really good defense on the bot side. He picked contracts mid once. That was big. But this was kind of a... I think that, like, there was still a big angle where energy wins the game off a bot, like a successful bot dive, and they flubbed it. So, it's a bummer. What's up, Axman? Good to see him. Honestly, good buffer here from contracts. I think this is lit as hell. Like, he actually gets in on JoJo, and Berserker is top. The fuck? I mean, yeah, this is free, but, like... This... Yeah, this is lit as hell. I mean, this is... one of the Fed DPS pieces is not here. Why not, you know? Okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, respect Palafox for sending this, you know? I know JoJo rejects him, but that's fine. Yeah, it is a poor rotation. I think so too. I mean, again, I think at this point this game's over. So like I respect NRG for sending it here. I think C9 gave an opening they didn't need to. Life's been alright in LA. We're still broke as shit, but it's all good. Sneaking some golf in, had some fun. Hung out with Kelsey this past week. C9 are so back. They're back indeed. All right. Next game. Oh, this one was tragic. Good seeing her on broadcast. She killed it. Of course she did. Kelsey is smart as hell. Kelsey is smart as hell. Guys, we have first pick Ivern. I'm reviewing all the games tonight. First pick Vern and the two newest champs in league make their appearance. I do think that one of the reasons that we are seeing more Nico or Hui is because Nico is banned right now on this patch. There's a game-breaking bug with Nico, so Nico is not available for either team. I mean, I don't even know if NRG are like super slumping. Like that bot play after that goes like sideways. It's just like it's a brutal game for them to play out. I do think of that draft, like they have winning sides and a Talia that can move with a vibe. Like for me, that's a winning formula for NRG, and they just flub the execution, you know? If that keeps on happening, I'll get concerned, but like this is part of what makes NRG good, is that they're willing to take plays like that. And I'm okay with them having some flubs and coming up flat as long as they perform on accounts. Play hard counters Acel. Does he? I don't know. Doesn't Fly C just hard smash LCS? Fly C is good. I would love to see Quad in LCS right now. Same with Shaden. And I think Surdy's had some games that are on and off, but like even the games that are off, like he missed a rumble in by like 50 HP and just got fucked for the rest of the game, you know? Fly C is good. Oh, I got a driver ready to be installed? Alright, we're doing that later. Alright. First pick Vern. We're matching Smolder with Zeri, which I think is kind of common so far.
Timing could be great, but like you said, Cummy.
Casey, thanks for the follow. Yone picked really early. The Yone picks really early, but you expect to see it into the Aatrox, just given that Aatrox is showing. Complete number travesty. Thanks for subbing to the YouTube. So I expect this to be top from Rich, just knowing that it's a good matchup in Aatrox. I really don't love the pick, though. I think Yone is a really risky pick to play. I don't think it pairs well with Smolder at all. I think this is a very sideline-centric pick. And I will say it is one way that you can beat Ivern, right? Because the Ivern comps kind of like want a group, but this is a bit... I guess you do have solid engage. I don't mind it. I don't know. I think Yone is like just hard to pick right now. Hard to pick and play. I don't think the rest of the comp fits or supports the Yone that well. I don't think it fits with the Smolder, but I can understand wanting to play away from the Ivern in the grouping scenarios. All right. So 2 supports or bans that can kind of beat Rel that also can beat Rakan. They just go Rakan. Rakan gives Smolder a little bit of help in the waning phase. I think Rakan's okay with Smolder. I'm not a fantastic player at all, guys. I used to be like a D1. I peak GM. I play in shit low now because I just don't play the game enough anymore. But I've been playing with someone that like used to be a D1 top laner, and we've been playing bot. He's been playing Smolder. So I think Smolder is actually... I think the best pairing so far for Smolder is actually Nautilus. I've been a Nautilus hater for years, but the new 40% damage reduction item on Nautilus is actually too fucking good. I think Nautilus is really strong in this season. Khan, Hui, and Leona. The Hui is weird for me too, because like you're playing Hui into this. Like that's tough. And then you're gonna get countered mid. So I think like there's a lack of magic damage, so I can understand it. I think this is like ultimately like if IMT was like gonna go back to the drawing board, I mean, I really like pairing like having a Varus with Ivern. Varus does some magic damage, like then you can find the Jace or the Tristana in this. I think both do get kind of mauled by this, which is also another decent reason to pick Yone. And then the Iona, which Ole's been playing. It does give Silas a good ult. Silas takes... Alright, it's Dove on Silas, because the way to beat Hui is to play fast and play through mid, which is doable with these two, so... And these 3. Alright. Why are we playing this? Oh, are we just running the tape of an Ivern comp? And just how stupid it is? Great. I think the dig draft's like a little bit hodgepodge, but I can kind of see it. And I really respect IMT just B1ing Ivern. That's alpha as shit. And we do love a B1 Ivern, I'm gonna be honest. I do think Ivern is like that strong, legitimately. Yeah, I mean, Armeo, yeah, this is great. Armeo on EG was a great Ivern player. I think Ivern's really, like, actually really strong. We have a Hui mid. Yeah, cinematic cam. So, Olay just based? What are the conditions for this? Okay, interesting. I think Leona 1 through 3 is really strong. I know the wave's kind of bouncing back and they can keep it in, but basing for Rejuve is kind of weird to me. It gives Zeri a solo wave of XP, but now like level 3 on Leona is a really big spike for you. If you let it bounce there, you can fight. Oh, they got Rich's flash early, so this is just too easy. This is great from Armeo. I really felt like this game from IMT was won, and then they had just a monumental throw. Like, they had just the stupidest death on the top side that really just chucked this game. And it made me kind of sad. I really feel like IMT are better than the record and better than the 7th. I actually think IMT has like been a pretty solid team. But they just don't... They don't have the wins on the board, you know? All right, so Mask is laning decently well. The Hui definitely has a decently strong lane. Gonna be getting the C900T game from Sunday night? Absolutely. We're doing all of them. Watching this game thinking every time Hui used to go shot, it was Braum ult. Yeah. It definitely does look... I definitely... There's the potential to, you know, posh #1 Braum on the NA server. I definitely had that instinct as well. This was cute. Olay doesn't need to take this. This is free. I know. I think that he auto-Q autos. This is a really good trap played by Olay. I really respect this. Smolder's in base. He forces Rakan out, and then he just bluffs that he's going to base, and he just stays. And Tomo walks into his ass. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, you don't need to do the second auto there. I know Olay is doing like the auto cancel, but Smolder's sums are down. Tactical has both his sums up. Just try and get it to Zeri as much as possible. That does hurt a little bit. I mean, again, like IMT, they're winning both sides right now, and mid is pushing. Now, I know they have an Ivern. Like, Ivern, you know, it's... Ivern wants to interact with the lanes, so, like, you know, he can punish jungle, but Ivern likes to interact with the lanes. As, speaking of interacting with the lanes, we have no sums on Tomo. Why did we call this off? Bro. That is so cautious from IMT, actually. Braum is good with Smolder. I do think Braum can be good with Smolder, but it's very conditional on it must be counterpick to support. There is no vision on... Oh, no. I think they did spot Rel recently. Hold on. Even if not, you can reasonably assume that after Grubs... Yeah, so Rel spotted here, and then they see the Grubs being taken. I mean, there is a chance that, like, Rel could be going top to bot, but either way, Ivern beats Rel here. Yeah, they don't spot Rel, but even if Rel's here, I think it's winning. Smolder is piss useless early. Especially with this build. And Leona, like, your base stats on Leona, fuck. Like, you are too strong. I would have liked for them to send that. And this is a really nice execute from Dig. It's really well played by Axu and Dove. So, like, they can do this because jungle was spotted. And again, I think IMT should send that play. I think looking back, they would want to send that play. Rel does screw shields, yes. But you still have a Smolder with no sums that it's on your side of the map. Like, Armeo could have flashed in there and just sent it on Smolder, and things were chill. The one scary part would be like if Rel can threaten 6, which she did take Grubs. Which pro was just saying that Leona was bad? Was it recent pro's video with chat? I mean, Leona is one-dimensional. Leona is for sure a one-dimensional champion. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I just think it's very straightforward. Wow. Nice play by Axu and Rich. I mean, Rich sets it up with the ult. He kind of hides it into the wall. It's really clever from him. And they just hit their shit. So well played. Doesn't mean Dragon goes over, but that's still fine. Dig were able to turn that lane, and Yone wins this lane in the long haul. Goes in and gets blown up. Leona does slap part of melee via melee. Because the 4-second cooldown is really valuable as the Q. Like, I think Braum versus Leona, like, their melee matchups, like, are just playable against Leona, right? Like, Leona has prio, like, to roam into Braum, but, like, if Leona jumps in against Braum, like, you just Q and walk away, you know? Leona will win early on, but you're more useful later on. If the comp has, like, jump into you, right? Or, like, Nautilus, Leona, like, people have kind of figured out both sides of that matchup. All right, so Mask's lane is really far up and he's flashless. He is hugging the correct side, but this is a little bit scary for him. Ole is here on the hover. Really nice E from Dove. I mean, it's followed up really nicely. Dove's able to get the Leona ult, and this hits like a brick. I love Armeo trying to body block here for Mask. It's really nice. And IMT ends up cleaning this one up. I mean, it really is because the Ivern value here. Like, everything is blown in the Mask, but there are 2 big shields dropped by Armeo, and they just cannot get through it. They don't have the damage. Bwipo's okay though with setting himself up for Flame, and that's okay. You gotta respect those people, you know? Like, in a way, like, it is keeping yourself accountable too. Like, you have to perform. So if you talk like that, then yeah, it's more pressure on you to perform. Like, that's your fucking job. I think Armeo, like, I mean, yes, Rel does fuck shields, but the Rel combo doesn't break any shields. XU doesn't have flash, so he's got to lead with his combo. Maybe you could save a Q to break shields, but that is a bit risky. That's the one change that you can make looking back in this fight. Yeah, I mean, you gotta hold yourself to a high standard. Like, there's a reason that a lot of performers, like, suffer from stress and anxiety, you know? It's because they are fucking hard on themselves. But, like, that's part of why they're good. Did Bwipo call him out in pros? I've yet to watch pros. How so? Was it just like about an Olaf game? All right, this is the throw. I'm watching this game at home right now, and I'm like, IMT has won this game. Like, I think that this game is a very winning position right now for IMT. Really good on champs, he's good on, and really bad on champs, he's not good on. Wow, it's almost like he saw my video I put on Travis Gafford's channel and said the same exact thing. I mean, yeah, but he's a fucking rookie. I agree with Wobo. Yeah. I would say the same thing. That's my diagnosis. So Armeo spots them and then takes the blast cone, and he instantly regrets it. He does not have flash. He gets one shot. And then Away dies too, because you're Leona. You're one-dimensional champ. Dove gets shut down, and then Herald goes over. This really kills a lot of the IMT momentum. And this is definitely a play that Armeo wants back. This game's going really well for IMT until this moment. Don't get me like oh god, this 1v1 from Castle was so clean. Castle played this so fucking well. Like, oh, what? This is beautiful. The flash into this, he's gonna hit it no matter like what Rich does, if he snaps back or not, and then he buffers it. Beautiful. On those snipers, Aatrox is pretty good. Castle's Aatrox is good. I do like snipers Aatrox though too. Say it in private, not on broadcast. No, I think it's fine. I think it's fun. You guys are talking about it, you know? This happens all the time, like in sports, you know? This was a thing of beauty from Castle. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I've definitely said things like about players, like, you know, here or like, on broadcasts, where like I've gone easier on them. Or like I've said something like someone negative, then like I will be like, hey, what's going on with this, right? Or like, can you like talk to me about this? Like, hey, I think you need to do better at this, right? Like that is part of like how I'm able to like, you know, be critical and like at least maintain some respect and like turn it into a conversation. Because it should be a conversation. Like, these guys are better than me, right? Like, I do these and I stream the work because I've been team side before. It's not like Academy or LCS, but I worked with the collegiate team. Like, I've been GM. I've hit D1 playing every role. Like, that was a while back, but Sniper wasn't there. I mean, it's fine. He'll see it. Whipple can talk to him about it. I don't see that being that big of a deal, especially if it was viewed as more constructive. All right, so it's a trade. Dick's trading up because they have Herald. I think it's totally fine. Like, I fully understand. I'm not as smart as these guys, right? I try and put in the time, effort, and process where I can at least try to compete with them with less info. I don't get scrim info. I really miss coaching because when I coached my like Masters Plus team, I learned a lot in scrims, right? I knew a lot more when I was coaching, and like I was actually putting my skills to practice every day. And I really wish there was a scenario where I could have coached a team in Challengers in spring of last year and still been on broadcast. It would have worked out because like we had 2 broadcasts, so like I would have never been casting my own team, and I just would have recused myself like in playoffs if we did make it anywhere. And I wasn't able to, and I think that would have made me a lot better as a professional if I was able to do both. And I'm really bummed that I was pretty much just told no. All right, so part of why the kills onto Armeo and that pick was significant is that they got Herald, and they got a lot of tempo on that. Like, IMC is very much on the back foot, and it buys a lot of time for Smolder, too. Hey, Cubby, do you know if LCS or teams are cooking anything up in the 2-week break? What's up, Jay Brio? Good to see you. IMC's earliest killed landed on... Yes, I did bring up, like, Ole not giving the 1 kill. I really thought should have went to Zeri. That, too. I will say kills on Ivern's not that bad. Like, getting early Moonstone or Redemption actually is pretty significant. It does make your team really strong in fights. But you're right, it's not damage. And if the damage one-shots you, it's bad. Jay Brew, I do not want to speak on that. I believe that the teams, if they're cooking anything up, should talk about it soon. The answer to that's not no. I just don't want to say anything. Knows me well. Not having another LCS match till March is so shit. Yes, I agree. I think anyone disagrees with that. I mean, I can't really blame them for not running an event because like, they don't have the studio and any other space would have been really expensive. But yes, it does suck, you know? All right, so for me, I know that Smolder's not at the 225 yet, but I do think that once Smolder gets this, you are decently strong. I think like this is the break point where you're decently strong as Smolder. Kill all momentum. I mean, guys, LCS not being on for 2 weeks was literally Armeo taking that Blast Cone over. Killed all momentum. All right. If I'm not mistaken, it's like the last fight that IMT won. Tactical got the shield off Isles, and that's valuable. Smolder all comes in. Ole goes in and just tries to delay Tomo. This was kind of weird for me because it was a split engage from IMT. And yeah, Tactical gets forced out pretty bad. So like Tomo just pretty much gets to hit for free in the back. So like Tomo's really unpressured during this. And that's what I do think like the dig, like the Rel Silas does create a lot of space for Smolder, which is, I mean, that's pretty nice. So it's a 3-for-3, but Dig has better members up. I think that Ole, I don't agree with, I think that if you're going to send it on Tomo, the team needs to go on the Tomo. I think that if Ole, you can't really send it on the Dove. I think that if anything, Ole should run interference and like hit XU here. So at least then, like, your formation's a lot better. And you can stop XU from just getting in on both your carries and comboing with Rich. So that's, like, the one change I'd make for IMT in this fight in terms of, like, how they approached it. Am I right in that? Is that reasonable from me? Yeah, I think that Ole should be on XU here and just, like, try and protect his carries. Because, like, even if he doesn't miss XU, you can still really fuck with Rich. Like, you're really valuable against melees. So I think Tomo sending himself into the backline, or Ole sending himself in the Tomo here in the backline takes away a lot of the value of Leona, right? Probably they set it up. Should have been wiped. I mean, I don't think they should be wiped here. Dove plays the fight nice. I think Dove getting masked there was really nice. Dove had a really nice game. He was given the shutdown on Armeo, and he did a lot with it. Yeah. Like, I think Olay going in there, it gives himself up, and it gives up the engage that Dig wanted. And Olay's at half health just from 2 smolder Qs. This is a really nice way hold, though, from Mask. I thought that Mask played this fight, like, really nicely. Because pretty much Mask is just banging it so, like, Dig can't cross this line. And then Rich ends up going in, and he gets kind of, yeah. I thought Mask played this fight really well. Like, the Armeo keeps everyone alive with the Redemption and hits everyone on Dig, and then the play damage is just massive. Yeah. Really good fight for Mask. I think IMT did a really, like, a much better job that fight of holding their battle lines. And if Dig don't have flashes, it is really tough for them to fight the front to back in the way. Like, you need to attack the way, right? Bet angle, there will be a VoD, right? I'll check it out tomorrow. No promises up on YouTube tomorrow, but it'll be here tomorrow for sure. I'll try and get it up on YouTube as soon as I can. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. YouTube's harder to watch at work. Curious. Audio only on YouTube. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. It's a nice way to consume. It's like a podcast replacement, guys. I'm a fucking podcast now. Oh, this was also a tilter. I mean, IMT just can't chase this. Like, given like where the map's at, I think this is a really nice collapse from Dig. Like, they see Hui mid, and IMT is just in a tough position. Dig gets a great angle here. And they connect on the tactical. I know that the W misses from XU, but it was still in range. Tactical doesn't have sums, and Dig tracks that, and they pick the right member. So I thought this is a really nice moment from Dig. I mean, Dig quietly had a 2-0 week too, guys. They got Castle before the third Q comes down. That's pretty much game over. Rich walked the Hui ult into 2 other teammates at the end of that. Yeah, that was... Unsubbed all that shit. Yeah. I should unsub. I have HBO and Disney Plus. And then Spotify. I get good money's worth out of my Spotify, though. That one's never leaving. I get my $10 worth every month. I love how Dove just, like, took Daisy, throw it down. Silas. Silas Daisy. The evil Daisy. Most services let you pause. I unsub 2. I have Crunchyroll, Spotify, and Audible. I had Audible last year. I didn't update it. There weren't... I've been going through podcasts more so than audiobooks. And I own some audiobooks now that I like and I can repeat. Alright, rest of this game is kind of a nothing burger. I think that IMT, again, like, actually had a really nice read on how to play this map out early. I'll give Dig credit for catching a couple of the punts. And I think Dig did execute nice in the later stages of the game. I think Dove had a really nice game. I thought XU had a really nice game in the rel too. XU's rel was good. I think that XU, for the most part, like, minus a mid fight where they just didn't break any Iron shields, XU took some pretty good fights, so I was happy to see that. Maybe that's you access your local library. I mean, guys, I feel like the only sub you need is twitch.tv/Travis Gafford and twitch.tv/CubbyXX. And I'll put Travis in front of me there because, you know, he's I'm a company man. I mean, again, like, Olay doesn't need to leave this line. Yeah, it's a nice find from
Holy
Dove.
shit, he's hot.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, Matsuku, thanks for the gift. Has Travis told you his real name yet? No, it's a mystery for the ages. Yeah, I see Tomo putting out really nice damage there with just E auto Q, gets castle chunked really heavily. Does Travis have any good emotes? He knows where his bread is buttered. It's more like Marjorie with, you know, the rates and everything, but that's fine. Yes, the Smolder scaled. I think Smolder, again, at this state's like pretty good. And props to Tomo. I mean, he's got a ton of CS on his shoulders, and besides that one death where he got focused, he's been pretty safe. I do think that IMT level 5, that gank on Smolder, they called off. They want back. I think they want that back one too. Seeing if I want to stabilize and grow. I appreciate that. That is true. Yeah, it makes a difference, you know. Every sub, I can stream more and not look at job applications, guys. Good amount of sponsors again. I think that I talked with Flowers recently, and I felt really good because he's like, dude, he's like, it feels like the LCS like actually has some positivity behind it, you know. And I know how hard those guys work on the show, right? Like I have a lot of respect for the talent team that's on the show for like many reasons. Like not just because like they do my job, they've also been, you know, very kind and welcoming to me, very helpful when I have questions, and I have a lot of respect for like their craft, right? I think they're good at their craft, right? And so like I know they take it personally like when the community's down, and I'm really glad that like, you know, they have a feel good season, because I do feel like it's been a couple seasons that's been the case, and I know that's had a really positive impact on all of them. Stream yourself playing or mostly watching? What's up, Kudos? Mostly watching. I'm a shit player, guys. And honestly, at this point when I play, I kind of like play to take a break. For me, like the way I view the game, like it doesn't hurt to be a good player, but I don't have the time to be a good player. Like I need to spend my time like doing content like this, right? And I know people in the game well enough where I can kind of take shortcuts. Like I can't tell you how to play, you know, this Asol Hui matchup, but I sure as hell can ask like, hey APA, like how do you play this matchup, you know? And that how like I'm never gonna be able to figure it out at his level anyway. So it's like much better for the time sink. Now I can understand the fundamentals behind why it's that way. I can apply it elsewhere. You don't have to be good at League to understand the game. I think that it can only help you, right? But I can't be Casual or Viger V2. I'm not that talented. I needed to play 6 games a day to just like, you know, be okay. And that's like at support, right? I want more games too. I mean, he's good at the game. Like I know like he's playing like, you know, the MF and like all that shit. I don't care. If you can play the game at that level and you play as many roles as he does and like as well as he does, you're good at the game. I can do that except like at D4. I can fuck around and be D4 and everything's chill. If I grind out support, I could probably hit D1. The last time I grinded, I played Phil to D1. That was before Emerald. It was like 2 springs ago. That took me like 200 games though. It was like 50 games like shake off the rust, like then another like 150 like actually hit the rank. It was mostly jungle. I think if your autopilot level is D1, you're already good at the game. That's very true. Mine's D4, so. I only play ARAMs. D1, D4, what's the difference? Pretty significant, but that's fine. I never even played. Kind of based. All right, this draft. So I don't like early pick Kalista. And I think a lot of it's because like there are a lot of things that can out-interact Kalista later in the game. Everyone's kind of talking about like how gated Lucian is on range. I think Kalista is the same thing. And the real value of Kalista is that you make your support really fucking OP with your ult. And I do think that this Taric pick kind of saves this draft for TL. But I really like the 100 Thieves draft. Because I can't imagine playing Kalista into this. This seems like a terrible fucking comp to play Kalista into. And I do think that Taric can like kind of save it. Because you have a lot, like 3 things that Taric interacts really well with. As well as like the power Kalistas, you make your support OP. Taric and Alistar is a good lane matchup for Taric. Kalista Taric is a scary lane. And I think Taric like was actually a really good pick to try and save this draft. This is a great duo, by the way. But you are playing like a comp that has to kind of go forward into Talia, Aatrox, Ali, and Varus. And I really like this draft from 100 Thieves. Because they have the power to like execute. They have the power to play fast. This is like the late game insurance. This just buys space and a team like has to walk forward with this. I think it like actually goes really well. Like Rumble greater than Cassante. I mean, it's harder to pick Rumble here though. Rumble would help with the damage for sure. But I don't think Rumble would change the rest of this draft. See Rumble here, then we probably see Azir here. Or Ori. Oh, I don't know, it's fine. I mean, if I was going to change anything, my favorite response into Varus is not Kalista. I think Varus is pretty decent in the Kalista. And you're kind of like opting into a handshake matchup where like you do get outscaled. And I think Taric, you can win kind of both sides of this matchup in terms of like both builds. Like the poke, you win a lot harder earlier, but DPS, you do out DPS as the game goes on. Like, I don't know how Kalista autos this game. Like I really don't know how Yawn functions. I think it's a really tough game for Yawn to play. I think a lot of it's on like people buying space for Yawn. I think it's a lot easier for 100 Thieves to do that for themselves. APA Cassio with the Taric. Cassio's doable in the Talia, but you run into the same range advantage. I think Ori's fine. Ori, for me, is actually a winning matchup in the Talia. Like, it wins pretty hard. You take Talia to interact with the map, and Quid was a fucking monster on this pick this week. Kind of excited to watch these VoDs, because 100 Thieves, like, they definitely play fast and play loose. I think that, like, watching them, they feel empowered to make plays, for better or worse, and I like that for a team that's young. I like that as an approach. I feel like that just like... I feel like in the long run, teams that do that will be better. If you are learning more. Like, engaging with the game more, I feel like you will learn more and find angles later on that might help you win a game in a best of 3, you know? You won the Masquerade statue? That's pretty hype. Did you predict it would be Quid, or how do you win that? I really like this path from Umti. Again, like, this is TL doing a good job of using their prio. I think that TL, like, I know their game, the last game of week 3 against C9, I thought they played really well. And I don't think they're ever going to get the credit they deserve from that game, just because, like, the story was C9 losing, 3 games that week and 4 in a row. But I like, looking at that VoD and map, I think that TL played really well in that game. I know, like, from talking with, like, APA and, like, the TL guys, I felt like it was their best game of the split. And I would agree. Yeah, so Raz talked about it a little bit on Hotline League yesterday, but they're putting more resources into stuff like in-game instead of out-of-game. With like no desk. And I think it's a good approach. Like, I think it's paying off. More people watch the game and care about the game. So like, if you can further engage them during the game, like, that just makes sense in terms of like resources and what you got. And like, let's be honest, the LCS, the layoffs affected the show, right? So that it's a more efficient way to use the tools they have. It's definitely the way they see it. And that's a bummer. Like, there's a different conversation to be had there, All right, so second clear. Again, Umti, he denied first wraps. First red. I really like that path from Umti, like using the bot advantage that they had. This is a bit tricky for me because he's hitting the Drake when Kalista is yet to reset. It was only Taric that reset. So no, Varus is here too. And if neither of these bot lanes have reset, the Kalista lane is winning. Kalista likes when the damage overall is a little bit lower, because then the base damage over E can just stack up over time. So Kalista and Tristana in a way kind of interact or want the same with that, because like Tristana's E, if you don't get bases in, like, you do so much fucking damage as Trist. And yeah, River's just kind of stuck here. I mean, this map's kind of chill so far. And then Impact just W's not the right way here. So like Impact has to W to like neutralize the W from Aatrox, right? And he just doesn't get out or doesn't hold the unstoppable long enough, so he eats everything. And including the third Q where he doesn't have the damage reduction, and he just gets fisted. I think this is more of a misplay than it was an outplay from Sniper. It's a really nice flash from Sniper, right? Now, Impact was trying to reposition himself to make sure the Sniper get in tower range. That didn't happen. And then again, this is just where things go pretty rough. Sniper's like, oh shit, he fucked up. I'll give Sniper a lot of credit on that flash. I think it was a really strong flash, but I think Impact misplayed that. So, good solo kill though. This was the bad fight from 100 Thieves. I just don't like their conditions for this fight. Oh wait, no, hold on. No, this was a good fight. This is another one that was bad. My bad. See, guys, I'm spreading fucking false information. I mean, I will say that like once Umti doesn't go for full combo on River, like the damage is a little bit nerfed. I can understand why, trying to secure all 3 grubs. I'm doing all games tonight though, so the other C9 game will be done. I mean, Ayla finds a really nice combo, and I think this actually moves the Shockwave that APA, because he's trying to shield Umti. I mean, the Shockwave does grab 2, but Umti is focused by everyone. And then I really like this moment. I think Ayla played this fight really well, guys. And Ayla for me is someone that like I thought was kind of slept on last year with EG, and I think is really being slept on again. Like I know his Alistar is like fantastic from watching challengers. I thought he played this fight really well. So he does eat this from core, but he just walks up and finds like he finds a stun, and then he holds so he gets a double Q. And watch this. They're going to all kill Umti, right? Because Umti's the focus. So Ayla used everything on Umti. Everyone on 100 Thieves used everything on Umti, right? And then watch how they turn the terrain of this fight. This W from Ayla was so good, guys. Like, bye-bye Impact. Now, look. It's a 4v1 on the APA. Like, it's really simple stuff. Like, 100 Thieves are in sync as a team. Like, whoever's calling this shit, it's good. And then Ayla is body blocking core. He gets the Q. Like, Ayla played this fight so damn well. And I really like how 100 Thieves played this. I think that like their target selection was really well done. And TL's really split at the approach. APA is like not able to get damage down on Quid. Like he's like trying to hold, but he doesn't pull the W. So he doesn't find the chunk on Quid here. And then he holds it for this. He gets a lot of damage, but Ori doesn't do as much damage as Talia at this part of the game. Like, I don't know. Sniper was ahead. Like, there are no ults. River's ahead. I think that this take from TL was kind of tough. Now, there was another Rift Herald fight that I thought this was that 100 Thieves took, and it was bad. That was like the one fight they lost. I don't think the TL should take this fight. I think the conditions for it were poor. Sniper dies here. This is really good from TL. This is a really good comeback, and they make this look fucking free. And Sniper should... Like, Umti skipped all of his camps to find this play. Props to Umti on this. Since their comp gets outranged, I somewhat agree. Yawn went steel caps this game. I mean, honestly, I think he kind of has to. But again, that like takes away a lot of Callista's power early. It's like you straight up just can't take like the elongated trades now into the Varus. You have to like find the poke pick plays. So Meech hit 6, or Ayla hit 6. Meech just immediately threw out ult and got cleansed. I really like that. They showed topside. I think that's really nice, really cute from Meech. Just get a free cooldown, you know? Why not? All right, Talia combo. AP has no flash. He dies. And I think this is why MT is like, you know, taking the path that he does here. Trying to make sure that like this is safe. But 100 Thieves still send it. And it's a great call from River. APA wants cannon. This cannon can come to him. He could wait for this cannon. He could sit under turret and wait for that cannon, but he steps up and dies, so. Hey, what's up, Chris? How'd the FlyQuest event go? That actually looks really cool. That was cheesy as all hell. So, like, this is still really good, though, from 100 Thieves, because, like, they... since I'm old, but it looked fun. Yeah, I did tune in, and I was like, wow, they're all drawing on the walls. That's kind of cool. So Kors, though, and then Ayla just denies, like, the yawn reset with an ignite. Again, I think this is really cute from Ayla, because it just frees up the dragon timer. So this dragon's now free. That's really nice. Like, you're denying the dragon stack Callisto. Hey, what's up, Manny? Good flash from Core. As he got out of Chain of Corruptions, and then they're going to go cut him off mid. Oh. But, like, Yawn's reset was split, and that's part of why they were able to pull it off, is because Ava stepped up and reset that, so... I know, like, Quid, for me, was, like, a very deserving player of the week. I think Quid had 2 fantastic games, but, again, I think that Ayla, like, is playing really well. I thought Ayla had a really nice game this game. All right, so map state, a little bit weird. Meech is going to get starved out a little bit here. I think this is one where if you want to go for this, you could go for the formation where you get Meech. You send Meech mid right now or like beforehand. So like Meech would walk mid. So then you can actually fully contest Grub. Sniper has the empowered TP. He can threaten here, and then Sniper can also go answer bot. So I think 100 Thieves could have had a little bit of a different formation here. Because then you could have Quid, shift up. It's going to be uncontested, though. Okay, it's okay. But there is still Meech is getting starved. So this is decent from TL. I like this response. They took first grubs, which are more valuable in terms of the XP that the grubs give. And so they got some points there. I think that's all good. All right, then we have the TPs coming in. The double TP. I mean, this is really nice. Is this my GOAT Ayla? I mean, Marikov, I think Ayla's been closer to your GOAT form the past couple of years. I mean, this is just really nice. APA is catching a wave. Proactive TP. They use the numbers. They use the Talia. I love this look from Sniper, too. This is a really good team call. I love this. I love this. This season to me is the variance of people's opinions on player performances. I mean, it's been really close. And like I do think that like a lot of players have had like some good games and like some bad games. Like there have definitely been a couple games from Alo and we're like, that was not the best game. Like I think his Milio and his Senna has been quite good. I thought this Alistar game from him was fantastic, and where people are really different. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean that's what happens when the league gets close, right? All right, this is the bad fight from 100 Thieves. I will say this fight's like taken really close to the last fight they opted into. They burned quite a few tools for that. There's a few opponents who basically think it was the worst player in the league. Same about a player like XU. Yeah. I actually don't know if I can name the worst player in the league right now. Like in the past, I've kind of had an answer, but I don't think I have one. I think it's been Ole. I think Ole hasn't had the strongest split. All right. The Terra Cult was massive. He did have the Bard pop off. I think some other games have been a little bit inconsistent. This is Teraktiv. I think Fudge's been the worst performing player in the league. That's interesting. Yeah. I will say I find this patch a little bit harder to rate top lane play. I don't think the Fudge will be considered for all pro this split. I mean, I will say that like it is popular to hate on Fudge. I think that I haven't been like hating on anyone from C9 as a player. I think that C9 is just like they've had some weird games. That team doesn't look like they're playing together. All right, I mean, there's nothing else to talk about here besides like Core's. Like he eats Ayla's combo. Like Yon's able to survive all this and he kites it out. I thought Yon played this fight decently well in the back half. And TL will get themselves back in the game here. Send it to C9 for content making. Core's played worse in a way. Maybe Meech. I don't think Meech has been the worst. I think Meech has had some iffy moments, but I can't say that Meech has been the worst. I don't know. It's an interesting discussion. Like, Meech got feasted upon there by Impact. Yeah, Fake Out would be a candidate for me. Honestly. But I don't think Fake Out's like been straight up bad. I just think he's been... He doesn't get any resources on that team. He does what he can, you know? Lens has been good this split. Hold on. $600 seconds? Uh-oh. What happened here? So Core flashes him down the river. Then he gets sucked in. Oh yeah, this fight. I think Impact's doing a nice job here of keeping Sniper out. Yon doesn't have cleanse. Like, they stop him from autoing. Like, they can't actually finish Yon because Sniper's not in the fight. So I think it's a really nice moment from Impact, just holding Sniper. I think that's, like, bought the time that Yon needed to actually get things done. And this is a really nice comeback from TL in these two fights. AP had some big shockwaves in this game, yeah. I mean, I think a big part, like, Aatrox is really strong right now. But his build's not effective against the front line, right? He needs to get to the back line. And if there's just no backline access, like, TL had their damage dealers doing damage here. Like, Yon's very much well protected. I like this from, like, Meech, but, like, Meech can't really auto. Yeah, Meech doesn't auto this fight. Like, his abilities are down, so he can't get a chunk on the Umti. And AP has a really nice shockwave. Yeah, APA put that really well. And Yon's just free hitting the whole time behind the wall. Nice. Yeah, I think Umti did a nice job of controlling the terrain that fight. I think Impact and Umti had a really nice fight there. APA, you know, he had the big shockwave, but that was well managed from TL as a team. I think Impact holding the door there on Sniper ended up being really good. This was a fun game. This one was back and forth. Do you think we'll get MVP this split? I don't know. I think River's been really good. And I know that 100 Thieves aren't the best team, but like part of like there's so much. I think the one thing that I would say like right now is that 100 Thieves probably get coaching staff for the split, which is tough. Like, I always hate that award because like, I don't know how I'd even vote for it. But like I think given community expectation, like where this team is, they probably just win it based on that. Yes, this is where Yawn should just not be here. And this is a big throw. The cleanse doesn't matter. This is just a big throw. Yawn should not be here by any means. The headbutt from Ayla, you know, we were just a nice flick into the headbutt. We alley-oop, Yawn in. Quid gets taken out. Like, everything's focused on Quid, but, like, he survives and still gets a lot done. And Sniper is getting work done here, too. And APA is late to the fight, given where this was taken. Again, yeah, this is a big mistake from Yawn. I think that Busio has had a great split. I do think that the two losses that FlyQuest had, it kind of been on their bot lane, but that's okay. They're like, that's a young bot lane, and they've had more good games than bad, you know? And most games are being decided by bot right now. So, I mean, NRG, they've, like, thrown 2 bot lane games, or 2 games through bot lane, like, failing dives at level 3, right? He navigates the on-hit very well. Meech is really, like, my biggest thing with Meech is that if he's on, like, an auto attacker that can't move, I think Meech is really strong at those champs. He's, like, he naturally is really good in those champs. I actually think, like, he had spacing skills. Like, he is able to, like, you know, weave in autos and, like, move around fights well. I think he's pretty good. I think Lens clears both AD carries in this game. I think Lens has been good in challenges so far. I appreciate the Lens love. I'm not going to agree with your statement, but I'm here for some Lens hype from challengers. This all from each could have been better. I would have followed this up right after the W. Did I try and hit him on the back half, like where he's traveling? So I think it's late. I think it's just late. But it's still a really nice chunk. I mean, they get it pretty much for free. Verisol's expensive, but Impact does have to reset, and Sniper gets top turret out of this. And then we go on to Ayla. Busio to win MVP. It's really hard to have support win MVP. I don't think he wins it. I just think he's been good. I think Inspired has the best chance of winning it on that team. Inspired's still so fucking good at this game. He's too good. Oh, yes. So Core chases River out of the fight. And I think this ends up being poor. So Sniper has I mean, this is all Quid. Like, this fight's close. And then it ends when... I like the Ayla engage. I think that Ayla, like, just committing and locking up Yawn is good. Because, like, Yawn is a lot of the damage in the auto attack. APA is not here. River waits for the Terra Call to expire, and then he goes. Sniper does miss that combo on Yawn, and then Impact pulls him out. That's pretty good. Ayla falls. So, like, right now, like, the conditions are pretty good for TL. But then Quid just wins the fight on this flick. And then Core was chasing out River this whole time, which, like, just was not worth it. So TL gets the Dragon because they have the health bars, but 100 Thieves, like, at least were able to fight their way back in. And then they take the fucking insane Baron. This, to me, is one of the best calls of the split. I fucking love the 100 Thieves went for this. I don't care that River died. This is a good call. They can do it. They feel like they can do it. Oh, Sniper died. All right, whatever. This was a good call. And like, this is doable with an on-hit Varus, right? You can't do this in a game with lethality Varus. So I know Varus has played a lot, but like 100 Thieves knowing the conditions of what they can do in this game, this was a game-winning call. They cannot contest the Dragon given the health bars they had and like the map state they had. This was a game-winning call. The comms were funny. Yeah, the comms were really funny. You can't stand on those electric lines, man. Even the Zoomer. He's supposed to... It's a new season, man. It's catching everyone off. Happiness. Ayla's got to go in there. It's fine. River's just ulting Core, I think, to get on the other side of the wall. He does melt. Ayla somehow gets out. It's a bit of an oops. from 100. I don't think 100 wanted this fight or this moment. So, it's a bit awkward. Yeah, he just wasn't expecting MC to go over the wall and send it there. I like the fight that Quid had over the wall. Like, I think that E is so good from Quid. Pretty poor from Ayla so far. He solo won the Rift, like the early Rift fight. And you're playing Alistar in this game. Like, your job's just to take up space. Like, he's seeing the right targets and like, I mean, that was poor getting picked, but I think the Ally game's been good. I really think that he's the one that like won the grub fight up top. Yeah, that was not good. He is also in a tough spot where like it's actually best for, I think it's best for him to like be the one that baits out the core ult, because he can buy the most time. So I think this is like a bit like, it is a counter pick from core, right? I really like Taric and Alistar. Yeah, I mean core already kind of like chasing River out of the fight. I thought was really bad. This was really big. I mean, this is just poor from impact. Like, I don't care if the W interaction doesn't happen, he still dies. There's no reason for him to be here. And his team, like, was just trying to set up the dragon, right? All their vision's in the bottom pocket, so he walks from the top pocket and tries to hit the wave. That's just poor. And 100 Thieves get a shit ton off this push. Because APA was in a side lane, too. So, like, Quid's hitting top. And pretty much like the map just collapses here. Like, they should have just accepted dropping mid-outer, and then they can like at least play the rest of the map out, but they lose a lot here. I think that if Core's with the group and he gets another E up, I think that you can actually chase down the Talia Aatrox in that scenario. I would have to like go back and look to see what summoners were available, but I mean, like, if Taric just E flashes or like E's someone else and they flash, it's so fucking free. Talia had no Seraphs. Aatrox would have ult running out. All right, so 100 Thieves carved out a nice little pocket for themselves here. I mean, it was fine eating all this. They don't have Taric out yet, though, and that's kind of tough. So, yeah, I mean, Awa burns all for free. That's really good for TL. And they're going to secure it with Callista Smite. Oh, okay, this is the fight where I thought Sniper... For me, Sniper won the game for them here. This I was really impressed by this play from Sniper. Like, TL is a team that I would expect to, like, know what to do. You know? So they see Sniper on this side. And first off, this E is really nice from Sniper. Because he's going to get out of both these. That's really clean. And then on the other side, Umti is just... He decides to take a bad fight. Like, he flashes out and Qs in. It's a mess. And while this is going on, the DPS is on the Aatrox. So, I mean, Sniper just global taunted these guys. And then, yeah, he gets out again. So, like, the entire time, the DPS is just trying to take down Sniper. And while this happens, their front line just disappears. And then Ayla finds the execute. I mean, this was all created by Sniper, guys. This was all created by Sniper. Sunder Sky is a cool item. I mean, Sniper played that really fucking well. And yeah, I think that Sniper's champion pool as a youngin is narrower than someone like Whippo's. I think that's fair criticism. But Sniper was, like, he won the game for them. I think, like, this was just massive. Like, this fight for me was really impressive from him. I didn't see the Ori ult. Oh. Alright. I mean, TL just gets super split up, and they're just split focus. Like, Sniper just literally global taunted them. I really like the engage there from Ayla, too. Like, he got both carries and got Core's flash. And they got APA's flash after, so I think the re-engage is really good, but this was all Sniper setting this up. Everything IMO seems like a weird punch down. I mean, I think that it was more pitched as constructive criticism. And I would somewhat agree with Whippo. But also, I mean, maybe that guy's still salty. He was like replaced by Adam. Who knows? I mean, TL were just like actually mind controlled from Sniper on that angle. I don't like they were so split in that fight. They just did not know what to do. They were split on every front. So I mean, credit Sniper. I think Sniper played that really well. He baited a lot of cooldowns out of TL. He baited both DPS, like who again, this is a comp where we were saying earlier, like TL's a little bit range gated, right? He baited them in. He survived. He was able to turn at the end. That was really, really well played. That was a really nice moment from Sniper. All right, so I mean, Core's ult's really early. Like 100 Thieves, they haven't used Vyar yet, and this is just a poor ult from Core. Because like once this expires, Meech finds APA with the Chain of Corruptions. APA has a good Zanyas, but like it's over because Quid just gets the setup like this. And Meech makes sure that APA dies. He spaces the rest of the fight really well. Hold on, I gotta watch what happens to Yawn here. Okay, Yawn goes melee range into River Ayla. That's tough. And Thunder Sky works. River Ayla CC'd him up. I mean, 100 Thieves, they just got everything they wanted in this fight. Ocean Soul is a state of mind, guys. If you have weak fights, you cannot win against Ocean Soul still. Yeah, Terra Cult was not good. Lens wins those. So they just look so OP, man. I don't know if it's comp or Quid or what. I think Quid. I mean, Quid played two awesome Talia games. Mr. Lucas at Lucas E. Or Mr. Lukash. One of those. Thanks for the follow. Hey, while you guys are chilling, just a reminder, Hotline League episode. It's up. Revenge said some really interesting things. So, tune in. We got 5 more games to go. We've been giving our games a little bit more time here. I have the time and the energy tonight, so I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. I wasn't expecting it to like hit. We've been averaging like 50 concurrent viewers on this, which I find fun. I like when you guys pop in here and like ask questions and it gets interactive. That gets my energy going and motivates me to be better at this. I wasn't expecting to hit same numbers at 10:30 Pacific on a Tuesday night, but thank you. I appreciate you guys hanging. Hopefully these are okay. I do not know everything, but we do our best to look at the tape and, you know, just kind of be honest with where we're at for both challengers and LCS. Gotta honor my challengers, boys, as always. It's 1:30 a.m. for me. Well, thanks for hanging, Aokorin. We'll go with that. That's probably butchered, but that's close. All right, guys. Season 13 called, and they want their comp back. But guess what? It's good, because Wukong has been this pretty much the same champion this whole time. But he did get some nice buffs. I really disliked FlyQuest draft here. I think it's doable. I just think that like once bot goes awry, it gets hard. I will say that FlyQuest needs to scale with a couple different angles here. And Shopify Rebellion, like this as a combo to snap engage and play games quick is very doable. So I do think that Shopify Rebellion like set themselves up for success. And this is a different look from Shopify Rebellion, right? This is pretty much the most meta thing they've played as a team. And they just pretty much slammed FlyQuest with it. Because they went for a couple ambitious plays bot that did not hit. And Smolder Blitzcrank is not a strong lane. Especially if you miss. Or if you get behind. It's a playable lane if you hit your hooks. And play with your power windows. But then once it misses, it can get kind of hard. Also, I don't know enough about Smolder builds yet, but I really think that Navori is a big power spike, so I thought that Masu delaying it was, in this game, a little bit interesting. Because like I think range is like a fear for him, but I don't think it's like the end of the world. I mean, I think Smolder's really strong. Like, I think teams expecting to play Smolder. Like, everything about Fly's comp is pretty standard. I think Shopify Rebellion, like, Wukong's a newer champ from, like, for this patch. Like, we haven't seen Wukong until this patch, you know? And, like, this is a comp, like, I've seen really emerging in Challengers where we had a lot of Wukong recon. And, like, people remember how to play this because they played it so much last year. And it still functions the same, right? It's a little bit weaker with no Divine Sunder, but Sundered Sky is decently strong. Black Cleaver's still really good on Wukong. Wukong's still an insane champ at level 6. The buffs help a bit. All right, so Busio tried to demat into hook, and he threw it early. Bevoy, I think, would have dodged too. He wants some Eve mid. What is the Eve mid build on this patch, Marikuv? So, I mean, I really like this from Busio. I actually, like, the sidestep on Busio to, like, the fist on B-Boy, I think is actually really good. Like, you do have Inspired coming in your back pocket. And you do at least force the flash, right? So, like, again, this is good from Busio. Just we decide to flip the game, you know? So Masu's going to commit to this. And then without Masu here, like, if Masu stays, guys, this is much more doable. But it's a really nice double W from Zeyzal. And yeah, like, the hook lands on the B-Boy, but he's got Ghost. He finds the root onto Inspired, and then he gets out, and it's pretty tragic. And this flash from Zeyzal's really nice. That's simple, but it's really nice. So, I mean, I think Masu either has to stay, and then they can maybe look for that point. If not, it's doomed. But, like, guys, they lost bot. They lost Grubs for free. I do have a strong top side. You can't actually contest Grubs, especially, like... Yeah. Like, from here, like... and, like, this is a team where, like, again... It's really easy for Shopify Rebellion to snowball. Wukong gets a faster 6 with taking Grubs. Like, Grubs give a pretty significant amount of XP. Yeah. The game's really hard from this point. This is really clever from Insanity here. He's going to pop his ult and try and drag Jensen in, which that can and, like, does work. So he gets Jensen's flash for free, which is really nice. Because, again, Wukong, Ori, and Rakan, their executes very snappy and quick. And, I mean, I'm really surprised, like, we didn't see this comp played. Like, this comp was strong in Stopwatch meta, guys. And Stopwatch is gone now. And this is all about snap engage. So, like, I think that, like, the Wukong buffs kind of just got people playing this again. And they're like, oh, it is doable, you know? I don't know. Wukong is a good champ. All right, Busio just dies. He's got no flash. So he can't go for that ward. His jungler did show. This is a little bit desync across the map for FlyQuest. Also, Masu's not helping him with this. So I think, again, like if Masu's like able to help him with this a little bit sooner, maybe it's doable. But not the case. Basically guarantees kill. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. Lana Del Rey is amazing. Great artist. The wave clear ult. Props to Vivoy, like, for holding everything on this hook. I mean, it's simple, but he's got flash, he's got ult, and he's like, nope, just sidestep. Lucio tried to guess he was going to dodge on the wall. Not the case. Smolder's not blindable. We'll see how this champ evolves. I think if it's flexible mid, I think it's blindable. I do think the tank mid build is, like, actually kind of fucking ridiculous. Honestly, we had some banger games this day. This game was, like, honestly kind of the first nothing burger. Like, NRG made their game pretty close. This game, like, FlyQuest just drop bot, and, like, from either comp gets kind of blitzed early if they can't do shit, so. Like, Azir and Smolder need some time. Alright, so Insanity burns Shockwave. Oh, this was a close look from Busio. It would have been really nice. Like, they would have at least gotten a flash. Like, again, the Blitz Smolder lane, like, if you miss your shit, this lane sucks. Like, the whole power of Blitz is, like, the threat that you can hook. And once you drop hook, then you have no pressure in the lane. And Smolder also just has minimal to no pressure in the lane. Like, the W helps, but, like, let's be real. You're pretty weak. The Lucian hate is crazy in LCS. I find it very funny. I do think it's a lot weaker now that, like, without double support item. I think double support item actually made that shit really broken. So, like, again, FlyQuest, like, they kind of need to play a standard map right now because they're just not strong. Oh, it's the Stride Breaker Wukong. That's right. That's another part of the reason that Wukong's back. Your clear is faster, and your first item feels pretty damn good. You use Stride Breaker, Black Cleaver, and you're kind of chilling. All right, so there's, I mean, guys, remember this combo that we saw, like, for all of last year? Same. It was atrocious. Yeah, there were some struggles. I do think, like, the what you need to execute Lucian is a little bit higher than some other comps, but yes. Not disagreeing. I know, like, legit, we've had challenger teams actually play Lucian Milio decently well. There are a couple challengers bot lanes I've given the Lucian Milio pass to. More so than LCS. Those games are a bit sloppier, though, for sure, so. So, yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, again, I think this was a little bit weird for them. Like, I don't think they get anything from this Drake. I think denying it, like, isn't super worth it for them either. So, for them to, like, burn and lose so much here, I thought was curious, because I just don't see the angle. Like, if anything, if you're able to, like, I think this is just a drop. Yeah, it's just a drop. I actually thought the top play they went for was decent this game, like for FlyQuest. Like the top lane play was good for me. So I respected like that send from them. Oh, we go here. When I look at the champs, I feel like taking any even numbers fight before 2 I'm sword front. Yeah, I know. I'm with you. I actually think the play they attempt in like enemy top outer is good. Like I think this is the best the FlyQuest can do right now. Jacuzzi Flats, thanks for the follow. Yeah. Like again, like this comp, like you just play so fucking fast with Wukong Rakan. It's the same thing from like this past season pretty much. It's weaker without Sunder, but like it's doable. And especially like in the power windows that we have right now. Kevin, thanks for the follow. Like the power windows that like FlyQuest have and like the ones that Shopify Rebellion have. I mean, it's a mythic comp, guys. We're just playing a mythic comp. Yeah, so I mean, this game just like goes from bad to worse here. And this is again like the game is really out of control right now for Fly. Like I think the solution that I have like for top's actually decent. It's overstayed. But I really respect their solution in this game. All right, so you get Fake Out Flash. And, like, they're going to give up this dragon. And, like, again, looking at the map, this is just not doable, right? So they get Aatrox all for free. And they're just going to go reset here. But they're still here. Zazel comes on the hovers. Like, they have numbers. Like, they know that they're on dragon. There's a control word there they hid. So, like, this is a 5v2. And, again, I think this is, like, the best angle that you can get as FlyQuest right now. Like, this is good. Like, you get bounty from this. You got a 5v2. You're going to force TPs.
Timing could be great, but like you said, Cummy.
They get Fake God. Ori TP's in to help. Masu's got to, like, fuck off here to get out. And then Insanity has the stopwatch, which ends up being really big and flashes out. Like, this is good from Fly. Like, right now, this is really good from Fly. If they leave here, they're pissed chilling, all right? They do not leave here. They want the turret. And Jensen missed B-Boy because B-Boy answered with the flash as well. Like, once B-Boy gets out of this, like, again, I think the game, like, yeah. But, I mean, they can win this. But then the boogeyman comes. Fucking John Wick on the Monkey King. The flash was really good, too. I could just buy space. The W is really good. Whipple can't continue his ult. And then the interrupt's a bit lucky for Fake God, but it's pretty big. I like that answer, though, from Fly. Like, it's a good play from Fly. Like, this is the kind of stuff, like, this is why we watch VoDs when games are over, guys. Because, like, sometimes teams have to do crazy shit to come back. That's a legitimately good call, and, like, that's a good play from FlyQuest. They just stay too long. And they didn't respect Buki. Like, they really sent it and, like, try to, like, get some goal back. Like, it's all shutdowns they're looking at. Like, it still is a positive play on the scoreboard, right? It, like, legitimately, before and after this play, they're up gold. Even after they just gave away a quad, you know? Oh, if we get Wukong, Rakan coming back, you better believe we're going to see some Zeri meta, Stevenator. It's already been an answer in a smolder. I mean, I like the play in the call from Fly. I really do. Like, to me, this is like one of the signs like I would legitimately point to is like Fly is a strong team in the league. I know Fly's in first, but like this is like in a crazy game like this, like even having an angle like that to try and get back in, that's a legitimately good call and play. Unfortunately, the response from Shopify Royan is better. As Fly, they all died because Boogie fucking quadded them, and it was spaced out, so they just get the Baron for free, and like then the game goes back to being over. But that was a really good angle and look from FlyQuest. Unfortunately, Shopify Royan been a bit better. And it's a good look from them. I think Boogie had a really nice game. Obviously, scoreboard says so, but this is I think this is like one of Zeyzal's better games too. I thought Zeyzal played really, really well this game. He is a very good Rakan player. I know this from Challengers. His Rakan is very, very good, and it was really good to see Zeyzal show up. Oh, I spent a lot of time on the first day games, guys. We are gonna have to speed this up a little bit. This one's pretty much over. Nothing burger. There's not too much to talk about after this one. I appreciate the cap jams. Dreams. Fleetwood Mac always deserves a cat jam. There's a great documentary called The Defiant Ones, and if you watch it, you will learn more about this song in Dreams, and it's Pog. Players only love you when you're playing. Blippo tried to triple Q Insanity a little bit early there. Maybe things get a little bit cleaner if that's timed up right, but yeah. World semifinalist Zeyzal Pog made the return. Love the Killer Instinct here from Shopify Rebellion 2. Busio, it's a little grief here. We went a little bit too hard. That's alright, though. Yeah, I think this game's kind of wrapped. Blitzcrank being countered by every top laner in existence. Yeah, guys. Good luck hooking Udyr, Cassante, Aatrox. It was ambitious. I think usually we see some Nautilus there, but we go for the Blitz. Like, even this fight, like, I mean, you just can't play as Masu. I think the combo, again, from Zeyzal, Boogie's really good. He tried to stopwatch it, but I think Boogie caught him off guard with like the R flash. Jensen gets really good damage down here. B-Boy had some really nice moments this game, too. Alright. I mean, at this point, he's trying. This game's over. GG's. Well played, Shopify Rowan. It was a good game from them, right? I think that Fly did blunder a little bit. But I think that's a really good look. Alright. Now, what everyone in chat's been asking for, more C9 games. You guys just like to see the best teams, project the best teams drop, you know. This is the same comp that 100 Thieves ran, except it's Milio instead of Varus. And I think that Milio brings quite a bit of value here. I do think that like something like Ali would bring value if this wasn't picked. Now that this is picked, you kind of are forced to kite out a little bit. I think that Milio is a really nice thematic counter to what we have going on here. Now, Bard is also a really good answer in a Milio, right? Milio, of course, brings a cleanse. You cannot cleanse out a Tempered Fate. Bard can control terrain really nicely. Try and find some angles here for C9. Probably picked so bad, it's insane. So, okay, here's the thing. It's really tough to lane, or it's hard to team fight as a Kali and a Talia, but you do fucking own that lane. Like Jojo is owning the lane. It's just the mid game gets griefed by C9. I actually think it's doable. Like you do fucking own this pick. Now, I think that picking Akali into this is a bit bold. This is good into Akali. I think Akali into Talia is like very playable. It's not a matchup I'm against at all, quite frankly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think C9 again, like, just didn't play this one out correctly. And I'm curious to see how the Vine Aatrox as well. I mean, Aatrox was picked later. No, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not the best game for Akali, don't get me wrong. I think that, like, everyone focusing or, like, honing in on the draft, like, this is straight up bad. Like, you have winning angles. Like, you have a Sej Akali. You can play into this shit in sides. And you can actually attack and one-shot this stuff, right? Aatrox can't go Hex Drinker here. He's going up against Olaf. Like, it's going to be a while till he gets that. You have a gap in mid-game around, like, 1-2 items where you fucking own in sides. And I think that C9 just, like, they don't play to it. I gotta see this game again, because this game was a little bit crazy. So I don't like Zeri. We had a certified Zeri moment here. It was kind of weird. So this level 1 from JoJo, I like it a lot, because A, he has bar Ws for cheese, but also he's got D shield and second wind, so he gets a pot out of Quid for free, if you think about, like, overall sustain. And I think that the best players, like, you can always win your lane or play out your lane from level 1. I think you should always, always, always learn how to play your lanes from level 1. Because if you know shit like this from level 1, it can completely change a matchup. And JoJo was, like, doing really well in this matchup. No, you can't. But like, as Steven Ander's saying, you can. You just have to be patient. You have to wait. Like, it's hard. It's doable. It's just harder, right? Wait till when, though? Till they burn shit. Wait till Talia goes down. Wait till, like, you see Verisar and Vyar. Yes, 100 Thieves champs are good at disrupting melees. I think that the Olaf pick was really good with that theme. And I think the Milio answer was also good, because it thematically beats Olaf. Not possible? We can't say things aren't possible, guys. It's always possible in League, okay? It's always possible. There are angles. You can win any draft. We can't, like, fucking focus on draft, be like, this is why we lose. You can win any draft, I swear to God. It doesn't mean it's easy. You have to do something batshit insane in Wave 3, you know? It's playable, though. It is playable. These are the best players in the world. They have to figure out how to do this. I think it's impossible for JoJo to carry this game based on how he played it. I don't think his teammates. I think we're focusing on a lot of weird shit involving C9. Yeah, it's very playable. All right. I think every time C9 pauses, they're trying to dodge. See, that's the kind of content we need in here. All right, so Olaf TP's back, and they're going to use this to power play the grubbies. JoJo has pushed. This is good. No, I think that draft does matter, right? If you do have the best players in the world, like, you want to give them the best chance to win games. And draft is, like, a part of that, right? But draft isn't the game. You can win out weird drafts, right? And I think, like, early on, I mean, this is a really nice moment from C9, right? Blabber takes 2 grubs. He leaves early, and he disrupts the Drake, and this is a huge win. I think it's a really big win for C9 already. I really like that moment from C9. Like, yes, the bot lane does win, like, 400 Thieves at this point of the game, and, like, on this timer, right? But you see, Meech just ding level 5. Berserker already had it, and Berserker has more creep, so he's actually ahead in XP from that. And Blabber was able to disrupt it. I think it was a really nice moment from Blabber. Wait. Okay, well, this is just... This was poor from Fudge. Yeah, I mean, Sniper just, he knows he's got the damage. I think that Fudge popped the W too early. I think that's the big one for me. He pops the W after the Q2 comes in, and he gets nothing for it. So Sniper waits it out, he gets the auto for the heal, and then he finds third Q, and well played. That's a misplay from Fudge. Now, yeah, Sniper going for this was ambitious. But he gets out. Because you know what? He's got River in his back pocket. He's on Gromp. I think that's the reason that Sniper tries to push this in. Fudge is no TP. So he's trying to get this in so that his waves, like, chill. And Sniper plays this really well. Like, he dodges the W2. He gets Blabber to get pulled back. He buys enough time for River to get in. He buffers. Like, again, this is really well played by Sniper. It's a good CC chain from Vulcan. River catches the ult. Sniper does fall, but I think Blabber gets traded out because of how well Sniper plays this. He was able to find everything. And it's a really bad flash from Blabber. Alright, so Jojo can't find that look. He tried to answer. Quid did burn ult to match. So that's fine. That was really well played by Sniper. And he gets TP back and pick up this whole wave too, which Quid kind of gives him. So it's a really nice moment from 100 Thieves across the map. I think Sniper played that very, very, very well. I mean, I think that sometimes there are picks that are like kind of game winning. And I think that I personally think that pools are a bit too narrow. But I do think that is because, like, you have to know a lot of things about, like, how to play out a matchup at a lot of stages of the games, right? And players will default to, like, what they already know versus, like, trying to, like, learn fundamentals and discover it, like, as we go, you know? I think overall, like, pools, like, Palafox was talking about, like, how pools are not wide enough in the West to, like, play what you need to play. And, like, how draft is so important in the East, and, like, they have it a lot more figured out from a team cohesive standpoint. I think that's actually very valuable, and I very much agree with Palafox's diagnosis there. Something I don't like this game. I don't know if Meech took free boots or not. But I do think that Meech not going for any boots does kind of give Zeri control over this. I think that, like, boots are really helpful as Varus. Like, at least, like, to kind of, like, match and, like, pump autos in the Zeri. So if he took free boots, then he gets him in 10 seconds here. And then if not, that's chill. That's fine. Yeah, he took free boots. Okay. That's fine. Nice for Quid. He's able to at least control things here. But again, Quid always has to catch these waves. And there is the opportunity for C9 to attack both side lanes with Sejuani. You have Sejuani with Olaf and Akali. It's very doable. Yeah, we're just reviewing the games. Fetishizing draft shit's so weird. How streamers promote dodging slightly losable drafts? Yeah. I mean, it's so much easier to be definitive about something that is subjective rather than objective, you know? You catch the concert on FlyQuest channel? I tuned in briefly. It looked kind of cool. They were drawing on the walls. It's kind of lit. Was lit? Oh, someone's a fan. Nice. Hold on, I kind of look at this game from... That was a great song. Alright, so river shifts... I mean, 100 Thieves have, like, complete control over the river right now. Just the Akali isn't really in a carry position this draft. I think team fights are hard, but I think that you can play to sides and Akali is, like, nuclear. And really can blow up the game. But C9 just do not do it. It's like we sack the dragon that's on the Akali side, and then we kind of allow 100 Thieves. Like, we're trying to form a trap on Sniper. This is tough from Vulcan. Sniper should not be here. His team just took dragon. Sniper needs to wait for his team to, like, get mid in and try and, like, support him. And so he's got to burn flash to get out, and that's expensive. This is a mistake from Sniper. So this is kind of unlucky for JoJo. His R2 gets canceled by Aatrox W, which is a mistake on JoJo's part. But he's going to cast R2 here, and he gets pulled back. So the damage doesn't go through. This is a mistake on JoJo's part. Guys, this is so unplayable for JoJo. He can't wait until this W lands for him to get Flash the Sniper. I don't know how he can do it this game, you know? Sniper got really lucky there. That was a mistake. But, like, 100 Thieves, like, that's an even engage health bar-wise, and they have the Enchanter. So they actually get mid-prio off of Quid pushing, which is really good from Quid. I really like what Quid did here. Quid sidesteps this. He has the E down, so they can't follow, and then Quid just hits the wave immediately. I know the EGA LeBlanc game you're talking about. I do. And then Sniper TP'd and got bought. So, like, 100 Thieves, like, their post play from this was fantastic. So, like, this is a problem fight for C9 now. If we look at least the result. And it starts on really good conditions. Now, Vulcan does flub this. I actually don't know what Vulcan's doing this fight. Because if I'm Vulcan, I'm R'ing right now. IR right here. And he's fucking dead. I don't know why Sniper... Like, I don't know what this R was from Vulcan. I mean, Meech and Quid move around this really nicely. And I will say that they are caught out, but, like... They went on... Like, the target is Sniper. Blabber threw ult at Sniper. Everything was used on Sniper. So, like, for me, this gets cleaner if this Tempered Fate comes out sooner. And actually on the target, like, they're all like going for. Like, he burns Flash. Throw the fucking R. Yeah. So, like, for me, this is, again, like, this is C9 not executing upon their comp. And the way the 100 Thieves retreated, they forced a front to back. And I think Quid played really well with Ayla to get the team out. And Sniper got a little bit lucky with the W chain. And JoJo misplayed. If JoJo takes that, it is a one-way trip. But yeah, I think that this was a bit disjointed from C9. I think they could have played this. And the post-play is brutal for them. Because they TP'd for that fight. Sniper, like, or it was a traded TPs for that fight, but, like, because what? Quid TP'd in, yeah? Yeah, Quid TP'd in. So you have a traded TPs from mid, but the Sniper TP I really liked. Yeah, I mean, they got to play the same comp on stage 2 games in a row, guys. Like, they beat TL day 1, you know? We gave them the same shit. Yeah, so, like, I mean, this is a massive play from 100 Thieves. They get Herald, they get a bot turret. Like, their gold advantage is now 1.3k. What was it before this play? 1k? Yeah, they picked up 1k gold off this play and a Herald. All right. Now bot lane. Sniper catches JoJo and finds a huge combo. But he goes a little bit too deep. So, I mean, for me, like, Sniper, he TP'd to make this play. He needs to commit to the reset here. Because he has River. Like, he needs to commit to the reset. I think he just has to commit to the reset and take the trade. So, that's greedy from Sniper. We've seen Sniper be a little bit greedy on sides. It's something I for sure saw from him in a CAD too. That's fine. It's the JoJo. JoJo also likes to be greedy on sides. Also, I just want to say, we've yet to see Sejuani go for a 2v2 with a Cubby rolled off this game. And for me, that's like a big strength of C9's draft. And I'm really surprised that we haven't, did not see them go for a 2v2. The assault, I don't know why the assault came out. I don't know. You could maybe get Awa's ult and trade up a wee bit, but all right, this was the end from JoJo. Guys, this game's so unplayable for JoJo. He just missed his E back, you know? Yeah, so JoJo griefed. Most divided on the split. I don't have Blabber as a top 3 jungler. I don't think Blabber's been bad. I think that C9 have team-wide issues. And I don't know who that's on. Because I just don't I don't think they're playing towards their comp's win conditions. They don't win 5v5s. I know they're trying to defend the Herald, but this is a scenario they just don't win. Even Vulcan used ult to try stop River here. Which, so that's a tool down. Vulcan could have used that ult to stop a rift push. That's an oops. That ult makes no impact on the top play. That would make a big impact on this play, right? Blabber, his ult is down. Because he fished on Meech here. Why? What's the call or what's the plan? Are we going to throw Vulcan ult here or no? C9 are they're so split. For me, this is one of the more concerning games for C9 because it's very clear to me watching these they just are not on the same page. And you have elite players making pretty tough mechanical blunders. And that's not a winning formula. That's what is going to get C9 out of making bad decisions. And if they can't do either, then it's just not a sign of a team that's clicking, right? This is a really poor, the last couple of minutes are a really poor sequence from C9. It's actually a concerning sequence from C9, to be frank. Yes, this game worried me the most out of all C9 games. It really did. It's they have a couple good fights later on. They fucking execute, and it's really good. All right, well, again, guys, this is desperation. That's just not a doable play. JoJo was ahead in this game by so much CS, and then he inted 2 fights and is just super behind. The way that you want to play JoJo is you can attack Talia in sides. If you're playing Talia against a Cubby Sejuani, you should be under pressure in side lanes. And this just never happens this game. You have Bard to have quick rotations too. It just never happens. Look, Sniper's fucking chilling. And if we seesaw the map like this, we see Blabber and Vulcan here. Yeah, Sniper, he burned his shit, but they don't lose anything. JoJo's not farming in this. He's they have the Zeri aside to take this turret, right? I guess I can't see the post play. We're in a replay. So I don't know how we got to this line state. I mean, Zeri's here because they're going to sack the dragon, right? Look at JoJo. why is JoJo coming to this play? He can catch mid. He can catch mid and TP to this play. Like, JoJo just sacks it. Then he picks up, like, mid, but then he's in Narnia again. Like, he's just stuck. Like, you want to play JoJo in the side lane. Like, him plus Sejuani into Talia. Go attack that shit, right? That's never a play that's drawn up. And, like, that for me is, like, it again, like, I've coached, you know, master tier teams, right? Like, my teams, I took platinum players, and by spring, we were able to take games off Maryville. We did that 2 years in a row, mostly thanks to another coach. If I'm in these games, I don't care about the mechanical mistakes. I care about, like, why aren't we going on the same target? Why aren't we playing to our win con, right? And, like, that for me is, like, the biggest concern. Like, why are we laying this trap topside? This lane is pushed all the way in. Is someone really going to push past Baron to catch this wave? What's up? Like, no one's going to go for this wave on 100 Thieves. What do we got? Oh, is that for me? Huh? Raven? I have no idea what this is. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. Alright, looks like I'm opening something live. Cool. Yeah, it might be... Hang on. Guys, we're gonna open something real quick. Yeah. I think I know... I think I know what this one is. Ooh. This is for Mark. And this is for me. And shout out to FlyQuest. Got a FlyQuest jersey. Oh, nice. Alright. Guys, look at this. We got some fresh threads. Thanks, FlyQuest. Nice. I'll throw this on. Alright, give me a sec, guys. This is now a sponsored stream. Welcome to the Fly Fam. It does look good. Yeah, I know the front, they like went for something like a little bit different, but yeah. Alright. Guys, as you know, the corporate sellout I am, if someone sends me something I had to wear it on stream. Fun fact. I've got a FlyQuest shirt under. Give me a sec, I'll throw this on. Thanks for hanging. It's quite the switch up for the stream. All right. This is comfy. I usually don't wear a t-shirt under this. Thank you, Cubby. Check your Venmo. Wait, they have my Venmo too? The fuck? I'm a golfer, so I kind of like the collar. It's comfy. I usually don't wear this shit with like a t-shirt under. I actually used to wear under my jerseys. I'd wear like a 3/4 sleeve. That's the golfer in me. This is nice, though. All right, thanks, FlyQuest. That's very nice of you. I will post about this tomorrow, but we're going to wear this for the rest of the stream. All right. Got some new merch, guys. All right, back to why no one's ever going to play to this lane for C9. Like, no one's catching this wave. Especially, like, C9 was just here, right? It's like they're playing to, like, where they control the territory, but this is the issue with, like, the new map, right? It's so much easier to gank bot and, like, form angles on bot. It's so much harder on top side. It's like the first setup they've had where, like, they're actually trying to set up JoJo for success. There's nothing else for Fly to, like, 100 Thieves to take in this, right? But it's just never a play that's going to work. It's just a waste of time. And guess what? Like, you're investing your resources into controlling top side, and 100 Thieves are on Soul Point. I mean, I think that, like, if I have an Akali in the game, and the first attempt I have to even look for a side lane play is past 20 minutes, then we probably fucking lost. If we're being honest. Like, that would have had to be a fucking explosive, like, you know, level 6 or something. Alright, so Meech has flash here, and he does not flash, and this throws the game for 100 Thieves. This is really nice from Vulcan. This is a very good execute from C9. So, remember when I said that no one's ever going to hit that wave and push it all the way in? I guess I was fucking wrong, guys. I don't think 100 Thieves should be pushing past this. It's a nice catch on to Meech, and then Meech just not flashing is really greedy. And he cost his team a lot here. This was an oops from Meech. This is a really good fight from C9. They take what's given to them. I really like the angle that Blabber took. Like, yeah. This is good for, like, again, this is good from C9. This is what happens, like, when they actually, like, they pick the same people in the fight, you know? They go for it. I mean, I've seen Jojo play, like, fucking Lulu for Tomio, man. We need to get Jojo back on Lulu. I mean, he still is. I think Jojo's TF is, like, really good. I think his Rise is really good. Alright, so that was a really nice play from C9. They're somewhat back in the game here. It still is a really hard game for them to win. Like, even from this state, I think 100 Thieves, their comp is just easier to execute later. The big problem is just kiting out Olaf, and again, I think the Milio pick was a really nice thematic answer. Jojo plays Zillion. He's too young for that, man. He can't be playing the Time Lord yet. I love Zillion. That champ is... I would use gamer words to describe that champion. Alright, so Meech holds flash for this one too. And Vulcan hits the frame perfect Q. So well played, Vulcan. That's pretty hype. Welcome to LCS, Meech. So he burns flash and dies. That's really bad. Meech has to flash there. So that gives C9 another dragon, and it's really good for C9. Again, like, these are... When they're engaged hits, and, like, they're able to execute like this, it's good. Because now Jojo... Like, he has space to go in, right? Like, they're one-shotting a carry for fucking free. He's able to, like, hit RE on them, right? For free. Unmissable. Dude, Akali's playing the fucking game. I mean, I think that, like, even my bigger issue is, like, Vulcan misses an engage later, but, like, they still go on it. I think when you miss Bard ult and Sejuani ult and you still take a fight, like, that's, again, that's a team thing. These ults are going to miss. It's okay. But, yeah, this is sick as fuck. Like, River has to go here, or else he gets one-tapped. It's a really good TP from Olaf, and this holds everyone in place for Olaf to get in, and they absolutely just run the fight. Like, this is so fucking good. Meech doesn't have flash for this fight that gets execute. Like, again, C9, like, this is... For as tough as that mid-game was, like, you cannot play things much cleaner than, like, what C9's doing here, right? It's like, there are some positives to take out of this game. There are some positives to take out of this game, for sure. But then, disaster strikes. Wait, we're complaining about Zeri blowing Spell Shield and tempo for Penta? I mean, they got Baron. And they have Baron to get to this dragon. Hold on, let's think about this real quick. Is this bad? They don't need Quid. Go listen to Blipple on pros. I mean, I think that... Okay, you know what? I'm with you. Given the Dragon Timer, they should be on Baron now. No, I actually think that they should be on Baron now. Because you need to reset for Dragon Timer first. But again, this is a team thing. Like, you can take Penna and go straight to Baron. C9 could have already been on Baron. You said they could end the game here? Ooh. Meech has flash up. Wait, no, they can 100%. If they get... in order to end, though, you kind of need Penna. In order to end, you would have to take Penna. I don't know if they can end here. Meech has flash. They have 2 grubs. Yeah, but, like... Hold on. We need to, like, look at 2 scenarios here. What do they just start hitting mid? It's like, what do they... Okay. You know what? I think they do win here. I actually think they win here. Right here. If you hit right now, you win. I do think I think they can win. I think that this is too much time. And if they take this fast enough, they'd have 2 waves. They have 5 people, I think. I think Blabber's low, but I think Vulcan... Like, Vulcan and Jojo... Like, Quid's flashless right now. So, like, you can just suicide Jojo to get Quid. It's like, that would at least, like, force Quiddy, and you can kill him. Olaf doesn't have ult. He can't just run on them. It's a bit risky. So I think what we can decide on is, like, C9 right here, they have 3 options, right? 1 is end. 2 is Baron first. And then 3 is mid to Baron. I do think that this is the worst option. I think that this was not the answer. I think that they should have just Baroned. But the argument is, can they do 1? Is 1, like, actually feasible? I'm going to be honest. I think it is. I think right here it's feasible. I think right here it's doable. That's a lot of time, guys. This game's over. If Zeri goes mid and doesn't go for the Penna, this game's over. 2 is the safer play. But the safest play is guaranteeing a win. I really think they guarantee the win. Berserker's full health. Fudge, like, zones Quid off, and he's going to be really high health. I think it's doable. Quid does not have flash. Oh, I will say, it might not be. Because Quid could throw an ult, like, here. You guys see the pen in the bottom right? He could throw an ult here and cut the wave off entirely from getting to the turrets. And that buys at least, like, 5 seconds, right? I don't think it matters, though. Yeah. What's up, Stevenator? You still have faith in it? I do. I think that like, half the games they've lost have just been off of dumbass shit. So. They have been. But I have faith in that team. Like, the one thing about that team is that they always showed up when it counted. And I think they'll still do that. I have faith in them for that. I mean, that's 12 seconds burn for this, guys. Okay, not 12. 8. Right? 8 seconds burn for that. It's Dig Believer. I think XU is really good direction for how to play games. My concern is that if the script doesn't go their way, then I don't think they improvise well enough after that. They win in scenario 2 if Berserker doesn't chase Penna. I mean, he can chase Penna and they can get Baron, and that's better in scenario 2. If you're ignoring mid-inner and your play is just for the Baron, that's better. So you actually want to chase Penna there. You get more gold and you delay from quit from being on the map. That's fine. All right. And then what happens here? So oh my god, they still lose this game from this scenario. Okay, this is a fuck up from Berserker, right? Like this is a bigger problem for me for C9 as opposed to like why are we doing this before Dragon spawns? Yeah. Like we're actually just on autopilot here. Wow. That's really bad. Okay, that's not good. Sniper did hit him with the Q123. I mean, that's a bigger concern than this play for me. Oh, we're showing this again? Why? We got to show the flash in. I mean, at least C9 picks up the dragon after that, right? Like, you do want to deny soul. Yeah, I mean, I said going into the year, I thought that the two most valuable people to have in the league were Blabber and Berserker, given how good they are versus the rest of the competition. I think there are a lot of good junglers. Like, I think the Blabber, like, he won MVP, right? Blabber's incredible. There are, like, River's really good. Inspired's really good. I can't name other mids or ADs going into the league this split that were close to being that good to JoJo and Berserker, which is why I had them as the two most valuable people to have. Which fight? Are we talking about the last one here, Red, or the next one? The one coming up? Okay. See, I like watching C9 games because everyone has seen the tape. And you guys actually have more educated takes. Like, that's a good question. I don't know exactly what happens now, so I get something to look at after, you know? Okay, this is my other issue with C9. These are two fights in a row where we just don't connect with the Bard Sejuani combo, and we go anyway. And we're going front to back in the Talia here. It's like JoJo can't take this play. Like this is poor from C9 as a team to call this. You have no angle onto a Varus Talia. This is an untakeable play. It doesn't matter what Fudge does here. Once this doesn't connect, just play slow. Like, we're losing our fucking minds trying to end this game. Yeah, Crypt Bloom and, like, Berserker doesn't have flash. Like, he's actually gettable now. Like, we just turbo through. What Fudge is doing is right. I mean, Berserker almost won the game here. But, like, again, Berserker flash being down. If he has flash up there, this game's over. So, he does. I don't think he does. I think he gets kited out. You are a 1v9 Olaf without a flash. And you don't know that this is going to be the state of things. I think if you're Fudge, you have to take what's given to you. Yeah, you have to take what's given to you. Like, Berserker almost 1v9s there, right? I mean, he still has... he's dead. I don't think it's worth the risk if they're just going to run away from you. I think that you take the structures. I think if C9 was taking structures for more of the game, they might have walked out with a dub here. I still think as Fudge, you take what's given you here. Like, if I'm Fudge, I'm asking my team, why the fuck did we do this when I get mid for free? Like, I know he's, like, trying to go for the flank, but, like, his team's like, getting, like, turbo ran. In the review, there's nothing about Fudge in this discussion. Like, Fudge being on mid's fine. Jesus, Quid's taking their souls and laughing about it. Like, he would have had to, like, go around. He would have had to take the Bardal. Like, and it's not a guaranteed play. Like, you're chasing the entire time. Like, they could have turned on you and one-tapped you. Because, like, you're on the wrong angle as Olaf. And that terrain there is, like, not good for Olaf to get in. They're on a side lane. There's only one side you can attack from. That's kind of what 100 Thieves wants to do, unless they get pinched. They would have gotten pinched there, but I would take what's given to me as Fudge. I'm fine with that. I mean, yeah, but we also are, like, dashing through Talia E to try and end the game at an inner turret. That's brutal. Nice movement here from Quid. He gets slowed. I like this fish from Vulcan. This was the fight that made me lose my mind. Because C9 missed both, right? And they still want to fight. Like, for me, the fight's already over. You just reset and you wait for your engage tools to be back up. There are no engage tools up. You can't win. And they take the fight anyway. And, I mean, look at thematically how good Milio is in Olaf. Like, Olaf is autoing and getting shit on. It just does not matter. I mean, Berserker, again, it's like, we just lost our fucking mind here. Like, why? Like, I mean, all of C9, like, for me, is just losing their mind in this VoD. Like, this is a team that looks panicked. They do not look like they know what, like, they have, like, sound direction on what to do. It really looks like they're playing the game with, like, a lot of different things in mind. He did die to Scorch early on, Reese, yeah. Nah, pros take Scorch a lot. Yeah. I mean, I just think the conditions that, like, C9 set up for themselves are really poor. And, like, the fights they won, they executed really well. Like, they were able to, like, connect their ults. But, like, if it doesn't connect, just let it go. Right, this one Vulcan can't follow up on. But, like, it's a really nice ult from Meech, quite frankly. I think that Chain of Corruption on the JoJo is really strong. And then Blabber gets tagged and flicked. It's really well played. I mean, there's no map control of the team as Baron. You can't form angles into this comp. Just, they aren't playing for the angles at all. They aren't playing for side lanes at all. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, they never looked, like, the fights they did win, the engage was so good that Akali, like, found someone for free, right? But, like, I don't know, it's concerning for me, like, this game, like, how they played out the side lanes was, like, really weird. I think that JoJo, like, his first 2 deaths in mid-game were really bad, and it killed a lot of the tempo that C9 had. Like, they're still not ever looking for, like, Sejuani Akali plays, which, again, are so fucking free in the Talia, guys. It's so free in the Talia. Talia should not be able to leave turret in the mid-game against that shit. I mean, it doesn't help, but also, like, when they whiff, they're still taking the fight. Like, that's a problem, right? Like, we're all agreeing that, like, landing the engage is really important for C9 to, like, you know, close the gap and, like, be able to execute these fights. When it doesn't connect, they're still taking the fights. Like why? Like, that's really bad. Like, that's a panicked team. It's a team that doesn't understand, like, what they need to do to win. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do know, like, behind the scenes, like, before LCS started, every team was like, oh, yeah, like, this team's decent, like, this team's decent. And you ask about C9, they're like, yeah, we're going to see who takes second this split to C9. Like, that was the sentiment, like, from teams when Scrim started behind the scenes, you know? I talked to a couple teams about that. And then other teams were like, oh, C9 Monster Grief Scrims, which, I mean, they have JoJo in the team, which is, they do. It's fine. I don't care if players grief Scrims, if they play well on stage, right? This is a good catch on the river. Like, this was legitimately good. It's really good Zanias from JoJo, but... Sniper actually just goes Super Saiyan. Like, Jesus Christ, Sniper. And then Fudge Alt is out now. I really like what Quid did to get Sniper out of there, too. No, I heard that. I heard that from fucking Media Day. I expected this FlyQuest roster to be fine. See, like, this is good from Under Thieves, like... Or shit, no, this was shit from Under Thieves. It got a little bit funky in here, is what we're trying to say in the end. Because they're the ones down a man, so, like, they're trying to stall for the Elder, but they don't do anything, so they're just, like, losing. And now Quid, like, has to go mid. So, like, they chase JoJo back to base, which is good. And then C9, like, because they have a numbers advantage, they're going to force here. But Sniper is TPing in. And then Meech pumps everyone. Look at Meech go. I cannot fathom what happened here, like, from C9. Because Berserker is, like, he E's in. And then Vulcan gets ulted, and they throw an ult at Meech. But, like, this Elder's at half. And Meech is just allowed to free fire. Like, no one tries to get on the Varus. And he just pumps everyone. Really like that Meech committed the flash. That was necessary. Meech was... Both marksmen need to think about... Like, I think if Meech and Berserker could have balanced out how they use their flashes this game, I think that would have helped him a lot. He's got their head down right now. Is that Quid? Was Quid just laughing too hard or what? Did he feel like he choked? Yeah. Welcome to NA, Quid. W's for pissing on him. Good vibe. That's a sign of good vibes right there, you know? Alright, we got 3 games left. This is going a little bit later than I thought, but I'm having fun. Hope you guys are having some fun too. Okay, first pick Vern. I must say this is not exactly an XU champ, but good to see some teams adapting the first pick Vern. I think Vern is strong. Heading out, catch the FlyQuest for you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for hanging, guys. Yeah, Palfox did not have a good game this game. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll see what happens. All right. We have Ori Smolder, and that's answered with a Ivern Trist. I think Vern Trist is a really nice core. I really like this combo. Trist scales really nicely. Nautilus, somewhat a deny from the Smolder. Gives some playmaking. Cinerize is really nice with the Vern. I like Vern with engaged sports quite a bit. If he lines Q, you just get to go in. I think it's a solid core from Dig. I think this is fine from NRG. You get not Gory to try and attack this, and you're trying to blow things up in a Vern. Vern somewhat thematically counters this, but if NRG can get ahead, it's fine. I will say that Smolder into all this, it's... Smolder kind of benefits from the elongated fights, because, like, of your Q and repeating the Q, but... I don't know, it's tricky. I still have to learn more about Smolder. I don't know, like, what... I know, like, he scales really well, right? But I'm kind of... I need to see how he interacts in a Vern, honestly. This would be interesting. Who does not go on this game? You can find Trist. You can knock or eat the Trist. Like, yes, Trist can buffer, but like you have a spell shield to deal with the ult, and if you time it well, it should connect either way. And it is pretty tough for Trist to play around. Leona to somewhat like have some strength for Smolder down here. And follow up this, and then we have Zach. You ever have the Thin Mint straight from the freezer? I mean, that is the tech, no? Some people swear by that. I think removing Nocturne's not bad. Yeah, Kelsey. Kelsey is super pug. All right, so actually you try to get a little bit sneaky and steal a wrap. This does slow down his clear a little bit. So, contracts. Hold on, it's a little bit goofy here. He goes Wolves to wraps. For me, this is a path that you do to set up grubs, I'm pretty sure. Snickers in the freezer are also good tech. Yeah, so he just interrupts him from this, so he takes it himself. All right, so yeah, it's kind of a weird route from contracts. It's a tad inefficient, but he does defend his camp, so I think it's okay. Kind of curious how this plays out. Night. Hey, thanks for hanging, guys. I appreciate everyone's been hanging out. I know we're going late tonight, but you can get to the Twitch VoD, and I'll throw this up on YouTube. Yeah, thanks for hanging. It's way more fun when we get people to hang. Really nice trade from Dove. This is really nice from Dove. This is a bad one from Palafox. He goes for the QW on Dove, and then he tries to like connect the W damage to use the space, but Dove plays this really nicely. So that's a really bad trade from Palafox. He's just TP'd back, and now he's got no health against a Triss with Fleet. And he took that down a level, so this was a pretty big oops. Nice buffer from Rich. So yeah, Hui has to kind of hover now, because if they get anything on the crash, it's bad. You can see Isle's like actually looking for this. So Palafox has the base and a bad wave. He's going to lose a little bit. It's really nice from Dove. And then Dove used this timer to go bot, and they hit contracts. And he gets one tapped. Goddamn, Dove. I mean, Dove hit 6. He had a bonus wave. He's 7 now. And then Palafox went for the juke. This is a nice roam from Rich. So I really like this from Dig. This is a really nice movement from Rich. Like, this wave's not all the way in. And Palafox doesn't flash this. I will say, this... That was a tad goofy. He clicked into it a little bit too early. Yeah, this is just not well played. Meanwhile, bot, they do get a kill, which is nice. I mean, again, I think NRG are in tough shape. Because, like, Ivern... If Ivern comp gets ahead, like, you get accelerated, you know? It's not bad. The Dig comp... At least the Xayah spikes before the Smolder, and Trist is a beast late game. Love me some Trist late game, especially with Ivern. It's really nice. And this is poor. This is also poor. This is the power of Leona Nautilus, guys. We got the Q start, which... That's like the one way that like Nautilus really loses this one, because you can actually at least Q the Leona E and kind of cancel it and like go neutral. But it's Aftershock Leona, so it's pretty hyphy. And Leona rushes Frozen Heart this game, which is super based. I'm all about this from Hui. Because the Zac can't build Frozen Heart, and Nocturne doesn't want to. So I was super down to have Leona rush Frozen Heart. I really was. All right. This is nice. Just it's deploy actually use Q. They find the Nakori combo. It's a really good follow up from Leona. This is clean. Because it's Smolder. This is really good from energy. But it is at least a plate. Or about a plate. Okay, not quite. So Dove was able to get his passive off. Pretty nice. Balfox cleans it up. That's a plate going over. Come on, Dove. Hit the plate. What have we learned today, Cubby? C9 does not look like they're on the same page as the team. There are a lot of teams playing more cohesive than C9 in the LCS at the moment. I'm also out on Leona. Also, I could only time out people for 10 minutes. I learned that from my Streamlabs OBS. And I appreciate, you know, the jersey. It's very nice. What player are you up and down on for week 4? Up on Dove. I thought Dove had a really nice week. And down on Palfox. Palfox had a tough week. Sniper had a really good week. I thought Sniper's still making some mistakes, but his Aatrox is very good. I don't know. It feels like at the moment, like some teams are playing cohesive units and some are not. Like, I know that even like the FlyQuest drop, it at least felt like you guys played as a unit. And I think the answer for like top turret was good, even if it ended up being a quad for the Wukong. Just stayed too long. I do think that C9 could have won that game. I don't know. Berserker had a pretty tough week. He's going to want that Zeri game back, which is wild to say because he's got a pen on it. What does chat think of Isles this split? Alright, they got Dove. That's good. That's a shutdown. That's needed for energy. Ivern shields are thick. We don't have damage. Nice hook from Isles on the Palafox. I did like that. The target change was really good. I think things would have been different if energy managed to keep Ignar. Who knows? I mean, I think Hui, like, arguably going into this was like a side grade to an upgrade, you know? Because I think Hui's pool is a little bit more flexible. And the meta's different this split. But I don't know. I still have faith in NRG. I think that they haven't had great games, but I think that some of their games they've dropped have like been fixable. Like easily fixable. I mean, just because it was Revenge's favorite teammate, I mean, obviously that does speak highly of Ignar, but like everyone has a different style of people, like person they like working with, you know? And I will say that Hui has been in the league for a long time, and you'd have a problem finding a player that doesn't like playing with Hui. I mean, it's an easy thing to say, right? There is a smaller staff too for NRG. Like a lot of teams narrowed, right? Yeah. I mean, this is the same energy, like in terms of like where they're at in the standings, like who they're beating and who they're losing to. It is a similar energy to last year, quite frankly. I really like this chunk from Dig and from Isles. I like how Isles and Xy work together this game. Because, like, you can't get through Nautilus when you have this Iron Shield and, like, a 40% damage reduction, too, from the support item. It's like, Nocturne can't go in, and eventually they just find Nocturne, right? There's just no angle for Nocturne to go in and, like, actually find the combo. This is how NRG are going to win these fights, so it's a really good find. I mean, this map's kind of just digs. And that soul roll is terrible for NRG. Like, great. You got Mountain Drake on top of the Iron Shields, you know? I learned that I don't know if I said this yet or not. I learned that I'm out on Leona. I am a Leona enjoyer. Leona was part of the GM run I had. I don't think Leona's good right now. I like the matchup in the Nautilus too. I think that with the support item changes, like having the 40% damage reduction on Nautilus is so fucking OP. I think it's so broken. Because this champion is paper. But like when you go in, you can take Glacial Augment now. Like you actually can like weigh down your shield a little bit. You feel so much better going in. Like you just don't go in. Like you have a chance to get off a second hook in some of these fights. You have a chance to get off a third hook in some of these fights. It used to be like you're lucky the second hook off is not, you know? It's really hard for Energy to play sides against the like Iron Triss too. Like that's just not an option. This was. I mean, FBI gets destroyed by Rich here. The Rich Cassante is indeed still Pog this season. And the Nakori combo just doesn't hit. Like, it's just not comms. And Palafox got rooted, so we couldn't put it on him. Yeah. Also, I like Zac. I think that Conquer is a bit better, but I'm not sure that how it affects the lane phase. I just know that Conquer on Zac is like really abusable. And there's nothing to say. Like this fight's over when Rich gets FBI. It's a nice game from Rich. He cancels the Zaki too. It's a really high value W from Rich. It's really well played. Rich had a really nice fight. He pretty much just nukes both carries. Poets soon to die. Yeah, I mean, there is. I'm going fast through this game for a reason. There's not much to talk about, you know? To Dove. How did Dove get out of this? Oh, it just took down the shield. Goodbye, Cantrex. Guys, Oriol did Ivern shield damage. Good champ. Dove? Dove Sigma Chad? Jesus Christ. I didn't catch it live. There wasn't much to catch. In a game, or a week with a lot of upsets and a lot of close games and crazy games, this one was pretty straightforward stamp. Good for Dig. Congrats to Dig on the 2-0. I know 100 Thieves is a big story, but it's a big week for Dig, too. I think it's a really nice 2-0. Damn, dude, Contracts was cleaning up his shit fast. He's like, God damn it, that game was bad. Cubby, how could you let Travis speedrun the last Hotline League? That was Content Machine. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes, which, by the way, if you want to check it out, I kept this tab open because you can go here. I think what we learned in this stream is that I'm a corporate shill. I got sent a jersey midstream and threw it on, and I'm still shilling, you know, Travis content too. That's good. We try and earn our paychecks here at twitch.tv/cubbyxx. All right, this game. I am going to be honest, I don't really remember this game. The ASOL is interesting. This is pretty hard engage, but ASOL can abuse range, and TL does have a lot of range abuse. Even Xin is like a little bit of range abuse, right? Because you can press R and try and get out of shit like this. Shopify Rebellion, it is same comp they played yesterday. It's no Wukong, but guess what? We have Vi, we have Rakan. We're going back to last season. And for TL, they have a neutralizing bot lane that outscales. Yon took farm here, which I was curious about. Highly regarded. Oh, man. And TL still really prioritized top push. They're banning Udyr. Shit. They're banning Udyr from TL, which I think Impact should not be allowed to have this champion. I think Impact gets too much out of that champion. I think Impact's Udyr is on... Yeah, they're showing it here. This was... I'm really glad that LCS highlighted this because, like, when I watched the C9 TL game, I know a lot of people were like, oh, like, C9, bad draft, like, C9 lost. I was just watching this game like, dude, TL put on a fucking clinic this game. They put on an absolute fucking clinic this game and how to play with 2 winning sides. This is why Impact should never be allowed to have Udyr for, like, the rest of the split, pretty much. Turtle's on stage. Nice. And Emily Rand is in Packers attire. Respect. Oh, my God. I don't know if 100 Thieves keeps top 4. I think TL... kind of? I think that they... I think their drafts are only, like, really flexible for what they play bot lane. I think, though, like, they're having a little bit of a narrower draft and identity than some of the other teams in the league. I think that's helping them look consistent. Because they play their style, and that's their style, right? They're going to play to rotate around the map. They're going to play to, like, win early. And I think that also, I do want to give Umti some credit. There have been a couple games where Umti got set pretty far behind early, and I think he played it out really well. Oh, we had double Dorn's item spot. Curious. What a fucking Chad. Guys, that's Umti gameplay right there. This is the Umti I wanted to see. For better or worse. I mean, there's no mid-prio for this play. You can't do this, but Jesus Christ. General Umti. Ooh. Flash for flash top. Wave state's really good for impact. He's going to reset. Big guy's going to be forced TP back, but impact, it gets back to this lane in time where he can still catch it. So it's really, really smart play from impact. This is the fucking shit that impact's like used to win LCS like 24/7, you know? This is the impact I know and love. Can't play anything besides Ziggs, and I'm just to give him Ziggs. Yeah, you know, they like to talk shit. APA's Asol is, his old Asol was so fun to watch, guys. Watching old APA Asol in, like, amateur was so fucking fun. You have no idea. Oh, dude, look at this. Look at this dragon swerve. Woo! I mean, he's cooking. Okay. Let's see how this one sets up. I mean, Umti is in there? They have bot prio, that's why. So Umti is just trying to survive here. And Yon gives him the heal. He autos B-Void to get... Wow. That's really good from TL. I really like how TL played this, actually. APA, they have no CC that can fuck with APA, so he's actually pumping as this Asol. It's kind of hilarious. And I talked about like how the not center are kind of neutralizers. Like, just given where they took the fight, the Xayah can never really get involved, so... Sven is moving in with LS right now. Feels like APA champ, way. Yeah, I mean, similar identity to like the Ziggs, Xerath, the Asol, a little bit. I mean, Umti is ballistic for tanking this, dude. I love Umti, man. He goes for some crazy shit. He knew he had it, though. He got out of the Ignite. He was up a level. I love it. He had his bot lane first. He was up a level. He took the 1v2. He got help. Heal was after Ignite from Yawns. Not bad. Guys, Not is so OP that they're running support item on Not and not Senna to get the 40% damage reduction. That's my narrative. What's up? Hey, what's up? What have you been up to? From what? Oh, nice. You have fun. All right, good for you. You have a FlyQuest jersey outside your door. Yeah, look, I'm in one.
You got FlyQuest merch?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Thank you, FlyQuest. Damn shit. FlyQuest saw that I copped the Shopify Rebellion jersey. They're like, yo, we can't let that slide.
we must win Rafa's allegiance. This flash from B-Boy was never gonna work. This was ambitious.
Angie, I have attempted to wear the Basil hoodie, and
Mark was not able to wear the Basil hoodie on broadcast.
I really wanted to wear it this past week, and they're like, Rafa, you're on 2 FlyQuest shows back to back. We cannot be serious.
He was trying to shill.
I was like, oh, what if I had busted it out, you know, on a different show? But I got my talent assignments for week 5. I'm on the FlyQuest 100 Thieves match on Sunday. So
Ooh.
I know, it's very exciting.
So you can Pikachu into Basil hoodie afterwards, you know? So while all this is going on, this is like the look bot. I talked about how like Senna Not are kind of neutralizers. And I think something that's really tough for Shopify Rebellion in this game is that I think mid's like really the only quality place that can go gank. You can try and bring the Ori down to attack the Senna, but it's hard.
To quote a Cubby last night in his solo queue games, if I don't see my jungler gank the shit out of this Asol before 20 minutes, it's fucking doomed.
Yeah, pretty much. That's about what it is. So, like this is a really nice sequence from TL because like they're gonna try and pressure bot. That goes wide. They get a really good trade in the Zeyzal. Again, this is a counter. Like for the lane, you outrange Xayah as Senna, and the Not can kind of just stymie Rakan. And Boogie's showing. So while this is going, MC just takes the top side, and then they're gonna go fight Fake God and make sure that he just cannot get access to the wave while they're still winning across the map. So it's really good, really nice from TL. APA is just taking the quality Asol trades. The W angle and then throw the Q at him. That's how you do.
Oh, I was just oh yeah, dude, I was talking about how well this setup was, and then this. Oh, and then I was like, what the fuck? Wait, what?
No, you can't gank this lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like I mean, part of me doesn't blame VoD for like going for that because like they're losing so hard around the map, but also like that was never gonna hit. So that was just never gonna hit. That was a little optimistic.
You're on call. I'm like, what? What just happened?
Really nice ult from Empty. The reaction was really good, and again, like they have mid moving first. Like APA got the last wave in, and he's already on this side of the river. So, like, they're supporting Empty with all these engages. Like, given the lanes that TL have, like, they took push. They took a neutralizing bot lane. They already neutralized it. Now they're up in the face of Boogie. He gets fucked. Boogie did get Gromp. That's what Mark would say in comms. Jan could have had a muscle spasm and flash into the feathers. Holy shit. Get this man on the LCS broadcast. You need to be a co-streamer right now. That's co-streamer logic. Oh, man. That's funny. So, yeah, I mean, they're stopping him from recalling. It's a bit of a CS lead for Zaya, but, like, Not is taking some farm in this matchup, too, which is kind of okay. Thank you, Mark.
Welcome.
Guys, this is the match that Mark has next week. It's FlyQuest 100 Thieves.
I know. It's the battle of whose merch shall I keep on my...
I am actually just Rafa's model for LCS, and he sends photos of me like this. And it's like, can I wear this? Is this good?
Like, I'm equally biased for both teams. Therefore,
We're shilling both teams. APA drops the ult to make sure that he can't get gap closed by Insanity, who did burn TP there, so APA wins out. And with ults being down, just free Drake for TL. It's really, really good. So Insanity matches the recalls after that to make sure he has a full health bar. APA gets a Pilate, as we like to call him. He gets a plate, gets a Pilate. And then they gank APA, which, so like, I mean, again, this is what Shopify Reliant needs to do. This is good. I think APA on this wave, he needs to be hovering more towards the top side. So this is a bit of a mistake on his end. That's where Empty's at. It's a small thing, but I think either way, no matter where he's at in the lane, he pretty much dies. As long as Boogie hits the Q flash, which he did.
And, funny story.
Yeah.
When APA and Sandy were up after...
Oh, for pros?
For pros. They were talking about this game, and he was like, honestly, I didn't care about the matchup, because I discovered after doing one, like, once I just sit on wave and just you can't out trade me. I just pushed the wave and whatnot, so the only thing I feared was Vi, so I just told Umpty at the start of the game, tell me where Vi is.
Yeah. I mean, it's the human ward Umpty, man. It's they had pushing lanes, and Umpty just gets freed up. I mean, it has been like how TL's been playing. I mean, it's working out for him. As we get another look. Ignites down on Fake God. That's fucking free. Good shit, Umpty. Now, they can't take grubs afterwards, because Asol was dead. So they do give one. And I think we get a fight here. Nice buffer from Core.
Thank you, Angie.
Whatever happened to Colby Kaiwat? I don't know. I don't know who that is.
She's an artist.
No.
She's a singer.
I'm not familiar. Was she in that last song?
Maybe.
It was the Costco return. Oh my god. Alright, I mean, TL's like getting to the point where they're already up 2k gold, and they just perm out range SR later on. So I think that, like, SR did have a similar draft, but I know, like, with C9, I was like, hey, you gave 100 Thieves the same draft, like, 2 times in a row. It's the same thing for Shopify Rebellion this week. It's the same draft minus 1 champ. I think that TL's answer to it was a lot better than what C9 had. I really favor TL's comp in this draft. Like, it's really tough for Shopify Rebellion to play. And I think that, like, Zin's really supported and has a lot of value in this draft with his R. Also, like, Senna Knot around the Zin feels fucking sweet. By the way, when I'm done with these games, I'm gaming. I'm on 3 hours of sleep. Thank you, Mark. We're gonna cream some solo queue or some flex queue.
Yeah.
Um.
Just with your fingers, guess how many? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm glad we know each other well enough.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
Oh yeah. So I kind of random girl in the last song. No, I always love talking music. I usually play albums on this stream, but I was just using my chill playlist today. Are there going to be any LCS content released during the midseason siesta? Content for sure. There might be something bigger. I don't want to speak on what the LCS and some of the teams might be working on. But I would expect if you're a fan of LCS and these players, there will be opportunities to see them in the break.
I'm having a meeting tomorrow. That is exactly what we're going to discuss. Have 3 weeks.
Mark's got a meeting tomorrow. They're going to talk about it. That's the fucking leaks.
Yeah. I can't guarantee if we'll have official LCS content, but it's something that I already told us, like, hey, we should be releasing stuff. And
Yeah.
it is a sentiment that is agreed upon, but it's
Yeah.
not completely in our control. So.
All right. So this play again, this is really good for TL. TL, they're like, they've got double the Andres. It's a Maw rush for Fake God, which I don't mind. I mean, they're able to trade out. It's a really nice harpoon from Impact to make sure that that kill connects. But like the Dragons spawning and Shopify Rebellion know they don't want to fight. I think the Impact play this out well. TL is going to win across the map because they're ahead right now. They use the Herald, which they got. They're going to get pretty much 2 turrets and delay the Dragon take. Also, while this is all going on, it opens up a lot of free time for the A-Soul to scale, which is always a bonus for TL. So, allocated team top versus team jungle versus team mid versus team AD. That would be really fun. I think that's or like having like veterans come in and like make like Bjergsen and Double Diff like on a team, you know, like do show matches would be kind of fun too if they want to do that. You have like Team McDonald's, you know? Because I know that LCK is doing that with like, there's a team they have with like Cubby, Mad Life, and Captain Jack. And I think Ambition's jungle, and I forget who's mid. But they have like a team 160, and they're like actually like, they do like mini tournaments, and they're really fun. Some of those guys can still play, man. Mad Life is still my fucking, I love me some Mad Life, man. So I do really like what TL did here. Like, I will say that like, I think that they have a little bit of scaling advantage. Just given the A-Soul, like he can break things. I think it's like drastic. I think they have to be a little bit careful about how they take their fights. Like they can't all pile into an Aatrox, but if they like lean on A-Soul for the space, I think it's good. Pretty much, regardless, they delayed this Dragon to use the Rift power play. They took 2 turrets and chunked the mid-inner. I think it's 100% worth delaying Dragon for all the time. I think it's really well played by TL. They also have the option by doing that where if Shopify Aurelion per se, they did want to contest the Dragon, which I don't think they can, but like let's say they did. Impact was dead. They could have had Impact come to that fight, who was impactful. So I think that's, again, really good macro from TL. And for me, I think TL's the team where, like, if I'm drafting against TL, I very much want to prioritize at least having one side lane that's winning. I think Udyr is really good in the TL. Like, just get one side lane that's winning. Or a bot lane that, like, you know, like, you can win. Like, give your bot lane a counter. Because I think for me, if TL gets 2 winning sides, I've seen them do more damage on the Rift and LCS than other teams that have had 2 winning sides. And as someone in the chat said, TL's been consistent. I think it's because their identity's been consistent about that, and it's been really good for them. So, and again, like, I mean, this moment, right? I'm just threatening Fake out here. Like, they have 4 members of Shopify Aurelion, like, spotted up here. Like, they spotted this. So, like, Yawn clears this, and he just sprints bot to, like, see if they can get anything on the Fake out, and the forces Boogie. Like, there's Dragon across the map, and lots going on. Guess what? UMT rotates up top. They force Ori out. Like, they're just forcing Shopify Aurelion to, like, answer them at every turn. And it's a really tough game for Shopify Aurelion to play because of how TL's playing the map. It's really solid. It's really solid. I've been really happy with TL in a couple of their games. I know that they've been dropping some too, but I do think that like TL is definitely a team that you're going to have a sound approach into because TL has a sound approach for how they want to play the game. And that'll be interesting to see in best of series to see like which one wins between TL and other teams. Down all the clouds. All right, so TL, I mean, they had that chunked out. They just pushed up as a group. He gets to go catch the top lane now. Notice how, like, APA, he gets to catch, like, the majority of the waves here. And, yeah, Shopify Rebellion, they have to do something at some point, so they're gonna hit the Baron here. And it's spotted by Yawn. It's a little bit late. Whoops. Any James Taylor fans in the chat, by the way? My goats. I mean, this impact ult's big. It comes down before his Hazel gets on him, too. So, like, Shopify Rebellion can't push past this. So it zones both carries. And, like, I mean, B-Boy has a decent rip here, but hits Umti, who's ulted, so no damage in the core. And then he dies to Baron. And Umti fucking flashes in to keep Baron aggro, guys. This is how ballistic Umti is. I like the play. Like, if they get this, they get the dragon for free. I actually, I don't know if I'd burn flash for it, but that is a tempo flash right there. Umti has had 2 flashes in this game that have been pure tempo flashes. Damn, dude, APA is just unlimited fire breathing, man. I'm a fan, but his music is decent enough for me. It's very calming. He's part of the reason I have a guitar behind me. And this is a great game from TL, guys. I think that TL is like, I know that like they've been, you know, like kind of 50-50 in the last couple weeks, but I think that TL has put together some really quality games on the Rift. And they dropped 100 Thieves like the last game, right? Like they didn't play that game terribly. They made a couple bad mistakes in mid game. I think this look from Fake God is like, I mean, they have to try something again. I'm down. I think if anything, it's a bit late, but nice flash from APA. And yeah, I mean, everything just gets neutralized. You get stymied. Umti goes berserk again, which I love. And this game's cooked. Things are hurting. GG's. Good game, TL. All right, one more game, guys. One more game. Thanks for hanging with me. It's been a longer one. I've had fun. Yeah, hopefully I've been able to give... Oh, God, not this game. Dude, why... All right. First pick Udyr. This answers Viego. That's fine. Azir, the Talia. I somewhat prefer where IMT are at here in draft, but Udyr is very blindable and gives you a lot of windows you can win. And then we TF. So we get to pick Callista Renata, which just bombs. It nukes TF in the early levels. So FlyQuest decide to fight some fire. I mean, the Maokai doesn't help either. This is a toughie. Hold on. I love how Busio and Masu play this. I think Busio threw a Q at Ole, or no? Ole procced Aftershock. How? Did Ole start W? I also really like that Masu and Busio, like, they're slow pushing this. I've seen some teams, like, crash a little bit too early. They did not. And it enabled them to get their jungler involved, which, by the way, look at where their jungler is at right now. On enemy blue. And then Blippo gets the proxy, and he cannot be dealt with. Hey, thanks, Sam, Kevin. I appreciate that, man. Remake or GG? Yeah. I mean, there are 2 plates and a wave entirely zoned off by Fly. It's a great opener from Inspired and Fly. And Ole has goal penalty, by the way. He does. Huh. Nice. Oh, this was actually really nice from Jensen. This was really nice from Jensen. Like, obviously, like, this isn't the state of the lane that Jensen wants to be in. It's a really nice find from Max. He did TP back first, so he's going to have an advantage here. But I thought Jensen played this really well because he baits. This is a little bit unlucky for Mask. But he gets the fleet as well. Like, he played for the fleet, and he even gets the cannon and then level, and then he's fine. So, like, Mask's entire TP advantage was thrown there. And I know that Jensen's playing on an edge, but in the end, just given the result, Jensen comes out immensely favored from that. So Ole goes in. Busio lands a really nice Q. He does flash out to keep things safe, but I mean, it's just super chunk. And then there's no flash on Mask. This is a beautiful sidestep from Inspired. Oh, I love it. Inspired's Viego is so fucking good. And then the first blood even goes over to Jensen. Already, it's a hard game from IMT. I think that 2 of their lanes just kind of got nuked. Jensen had a really sick bait now play mid. I think Jensen's been great this split, guys. For me, Jensen really is in the conversation for best mid. I think Jensen's been really, really good this split. He doesn't have to do much. Like, that's not his job. Like, a lot of how Fly's been playing is, like, pretty self-sufficient into, like, if any action, it's bot. And it's been mostly scaling, you know, in terms of, like, what they've been drafting, how they've been playing. But I think it's been really sound. I mean, they're freezing bot. This is nasty. They got the dragons. So they don't have to worry about, like, being punished by a bot freeze. Now, Armeo does make a fine. Busio's flashless, so they do find a kill. But IMT's still low enough where, like, they're forced to team push this wave in. And so Masu still gets to collect it all, which is good. Inspired's on the hover, but, like, Masu's like, I'm safe enough. I can't be dove. He's got both sums. He's fine. Meanwhile, Masu decides to get a little frisky, which we do love. He had it. He didn't have both, but he had one. It's not exactly worth, but it's not bad. He gets the kill and TF doesn't. It's fine. I think Masu's won both his Calista games in LCS. Damn. Okay, actually, he has the chance to get 2 here. Hear me out. If this Q hits Ole, if that Q hits Ole, he gets the rip on both. And he actually would win that. So he tried to Q tactical just to guarantee the kill. If he had, like, perfectly mapped out and he Q'd Ole, he gets 2. Damn. Okay. A little bit more. I mean, that's a fucking play and a half to go for on stage, but that's why we like these Zoomers. They're willing to go for the plays, and they're good enough where they can make it work and make it happen. You can see how well, like, Busio is playing around the space too. Like, that E, like, he can't get TF gold carded. Now he's got 6, so that really disincentivized this play for IMT. It's so close. I think from here, Masa needs to start walking forward. He kind of stands still to get his autos down. It's close. It's really close. And then I think really well played here by Armeo. I mean, he at least opened up a window where like it could have came back, but no. Good answer though. I mean, it once Busio at 6. It's a little risky. I gotta admit. It's close, buddy. He's gaming. Speaking of gaming, Blippo is just... The Blippo forward percentage has to be hilarious to split. That's funny. Empowered turtle stance to get another plate. Based. Jensen's got a plate. He's got Nashers. He's chilling. I like this from IMT. I think this is like, you know, if you're going to play TF, you have to play away from TF, right? To make him, like, you know, have the numbers advantage. I think it's a good shutdown that they got on Azir. It's just, like, they're super behind at this point. It's a good play, but, like, they're relegated to doing shit like this, you know? Stride Breaker Viego. Interesting. I don't know the math. I know Stride Breaker got some changes. I'm here for it. I mean, it makes sense with this kit. Helps you clear faster. It's good? Yeah, I'm sure it's good. I just don't know, like, if it's best or, like, what's best, you know? I haven't, like, talked to Viego players in the condition of what they're building now. I mean, it's pretty nice playing in Viego with Udyr. We just are guaranteed to, like, have one lane past midpoint all game. It's a lot of info that Blippo's able to give Inspired. And obviously, like, Inspired and FlyQuest are a really smart team. They're going to do good work with that, you know? I love Inspired's Viego. I think Inspired's Viego is fucking incredible. That makes sense. All right. I mean, stop outer for drag trade. IMT are relegated to stuff like this right now. And this game's pretty slow. I mean, I will say that, like, the one thing about TF, I don't like Tactical's build. I think that this build, like, you're doing it so, like, clear waves, right? And get pushed and, like, you open up timers, but you do 0 damage. You can do legitimate damage with the TF, like, you're going Kraken Slayer. This is the 0 damage version. And I think that, like, playing this into Udyr and, like, Kalista Renata is tough. It's like, Kalista is a... kind of a lower damage AD, right? Like, can get outranged and, like, is vulnerable to stuff like gold cards, but, like, there's no way, like, you're gonna out DPS Kalista in a fight like this. Yeah. You're trying to play PvE and then go port and, like, help your buddies, you know? That was a great song. We have the chill playlist on. We got a lot of good songs in this playlist. All including this one. Ooh, I will say, there is a window here where FlyQuest is spotted basing. And, like, if IMT had a real marksman, you could actually threaten Baron here. Okay. It's like, at least, like, I mean, you can think about it. Like, you, like, at least pull TPs and, like, make the map. Like, after you pull TPs, like, you, like, have a power play with TF, you know? Bucio's a bit Narnia here. Like, I get getting in the control ward. They spot 2, so, like, they can't hit the Baron right now, right? But I think going for this ward even after spotting 2 is a bit bold. Because, like, he knows the tactical can rotate on him there. In, like, 2 ways, so I think it was a little bit bold. And it's not Bucio's best ult. I think he threw it to make sure that Jensen gets out. And then, guys, guess what? No one can kill our fucking Udyr. Because he's 4 levels ahead. And they just kite out. I think that's really, really, really well played here by FlyQuest. It's just a good understanding of what their team does. And then they get the reset. It's just, it's a little bit too easy. I think the flash there from Inspired was, like, a little cautious, but that's fine. I think this is, like, after that Baron, I think for me, this game's, like, 90% win rate for FlyQuest, right? Which the NFL didn't make me almost resent Taylor Swift. I find it kind of hard not to like Taylor Swift, coming from someone that didn't like Taylor Swift for her first few albums. Whoever is on her PR team, they've done a good enough job of selling that she's normal. Like, I don't know, she's like slamming a beer on the NFL cam at the Super Bowl. Like, good for her. Live your best life, you know? And she's a good musician. She's done like 3 or 4 different genres legitimately well. So I gotta respect that. All right, everyone stand behind the Udyr that can't die. That gold card almost broke the shield. They should give Masu all these creeps so he can heal. Jason Kelsey at the after party. Dude, Jason Kelsey is my fucking spirit animal. Talk about someone just living their best life. That guy's commitment to partying has been unlike any other since his team got knocked out, and I respect the hell out of it. I mean, there's like IMT just can't do any damage here. Also, I gotta say, I saw Taylor Swift in the Eras Tour, and that was the best concert I've been to. It's electric. How did Masu get here? I mean, nice play from Castle. I think this is a oopsie from Masu. He like walked right into Cassante. And it actually just barely matters. I mean, this is actually a doable fight. But no one kills Blippo. So Inspired is like guaranteed a reset when no one can kill the tank. They killed both carries early and had a 4v3 at some point, and the fight is not even fucking close because Blippo cannot die, and there's a Viego just getting resets. Yeah. Sick. Yeah, dude, Blippo was for sure the best player of this game, man. He hit those fucking waves unlike anyone else could. And because of the draft, he's just unkillable. Sick. For music really, it was honestly just how insufferable. I agree. Is to play and follow football closely, got out of it. This media attention got me back in, and I'm from, yeah, KS. I'm going to assume K-State or Kansas. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, it was the most watched event. I think the media went a little bit too hard and like beat it to death, but like she's literally like probably the most influential figure in America right now. So I can't really blame him for it. I mean, close game, guys. All right. I don't want to see bot TF again. I think mid TF's really good. I think mid TF's doable. I think specific answers. I mean, Ori Azir kind of like the blinds right now. You can play TF into Azir, but it kind of sucks ass. You get pushed in a lot. So I guess as long as like Ori and Azir are the blinds, we probably won't see a ton of it. But I think in Challengers, it's fearless draft. Especially we haven't seen it more. And again, like you're picking TF for the team, right? You're not picking TF